Alright, go ahead, Raj.
Did anyone know if you can do a pet battle world quest while in a raid group? I was just saying step up.
I'm gonna say no.
Only kill quests doable in raid.
You mean the group quests? Right. Let me see what everyone we have.
No, okay.
Feeling generous, Raja.
You're too nice.
Yeah, you are.
That's fine. It's
See, that's why I asked instead of just going off of his what he said last night.
I solved a really big bug right before leaving work, so I'm in a good mood and feeling generous.
Know how you left. It's over.
Oh, is that why you let me in the raid tonight?
I didn't do invites.
It's a joke.
I know when you're joking. You don't have to explain it to me.
So we're gonna clear heroic tonight, right?
I mean,
Weird.
Dork will be on.
I'm hoping to at least get through Zool. We might be able to do Zool, especially with the high number of paladins we have. We'll just have to very quickly recognize the people who aren't doing enough damage because there's very strict requirements for the strategy we're going to implement. So it should be very apparent out the start. But the people who aren't 350 yet, for example, almost certainly will not be here for Zool.
I mean, whoever can sell it.
But there are no crazy requirements for the first boss.
I assume on Zool, it's my job's still the same. Get crushers.
It's all identical.
Cool.
It's all identical. There's a couple small changes. I don't think anything that directly affects you. Depending upon how we end up having to kill the ads, you may have to go back to pulling crushers out of the group.
That's fine.
Because I don't think you ever focus a crusher. You focus on blood hexers, but you passively cleave crushers. Is Dwarf not on?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, does that mean Bomb's got a tank?
Let's see. At the very least for trash.
Don't you get me happy?
Let's get there as soon as possible, guys. I don't want to waste any time. I want this boss killed very quickly. I think we'll have access to a cauldron tonight, so
Hey, Dastard.
we'll pop in your pot too soon. Yeah, what's up?
While we're waiting, I haven't had a chance to do Zekbaz with you guys on Heroic. If you don't mind, just tell me what your strategy is.
It's identical to normal. The only each phase just has one slight difference. The first one, the ads slow you down, so you need to get out of the group with the I-beam incredibly quickly. You literally have a second and a half to get out of the group or we completely wipe. If you get slowed and you don't have any abilities to prevent yourself from moving quickly, there will be a Warlock portal, but that's a last resort because it's very commonly error-prone to misclick it and screw up. So I think, I don't know if you have Icebound Fortitude or whatever the one that actually prevents you from being slowed.
That's Death's Advance.
Death's Advance. You may want to get that, or you may just want to Wraith Walk and just keep an eye if you have the slow debuff. What was that, Wave?
If you get summoned and you're on a big ass mount when you get summoned, move right away, 'cause you're right above where the portals are.
What's the for phase 2?
Important safety.
The ads can't be gripped around anymore, so they're CC'd, and we just kill them one at a time. That's not terribly exciting. And in the last phase, if you get you absorb one of those orbs that has to be absorbed, and then you get the 100% damage buff. When it wears off, the last couple seconds, it'll put a little void zone underneath you, and when it wears off, it does high damage and I think fears people, so you have to run away from the group in the last couple seconds before you become mind controlled. You also can't get freed from mind control, you just die, so there's a softened rage with that last phase. But otherwise, it's mechanically the same, just slight tweaks on each of the moves.
Got it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
One helpful thing in the last phase is that you and hopefully Dwarf will be here. You will hopefully be alternating grips, so someone will run out of the group to get mind controlled. Once they're mind controlled, you alternate gripping them into the group because they spam cast a fear, which is super deadly given that there's a bunch of void zones all over the place that spawn ads. So gripping them next to the boss so we can cleave off of them while doing interrupts is ideal.
Can I start pulling trash?
Yeah, we should have enough people here. Let's start pulling. On Scott, phase 2 is a joke. There's really no problems with phase 2. Phase 3 is also similarly easy if you transition to it cleanly and you don't panic. Phase 1 is honestly almost all the difficult bits. It's just making sure you don't fuck up the I-beam. I-beams are something like 90% of our wipes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Roger. Look up all of them because it's bind to account.
Okay.
With the cauldrons?
Yeah, all of them are bind to account.
I can see that, because otherwise people would just buy the flask off the auction house and then resell the cauldrons for more.
No, I think it's because they have
That's fair, yeah. Anything using Sanguine Cells or Hydrogen Cores I think are bought. There's a new feast that's going to involve the Sanguine Cells, so anyone who doesn't, who has a profession that doesn't use Sanguine Cells can use the particular feast. With Blood Feast or something like that, I don't know. It's the same thing as the current existing feast, it's just an alternative set of mats. Not yet. Wait till we get to the boss. Everybody's in. Max, that's listen up here, guys. I decided to. I was planning on not inviting a couple people who screwed up yesterday. I'm in a generous mood, as I expressed earlier, so everybody's been re-invited. If you were a repeat offender screwing up the things yesterday, the I-beams, we basically have zero tolerance. We're giving everyone one last chance. If they screw up once and they were a repeated offender, they're out. If you make a first-time screw up, we'll allow it. It happens. Everyone here has screwed up almost at some point or another when getting it. Almost everybody.
Hey, I didn't mess up lasers once.
You did dash through 2 gates, though. First time we did Mother.
And you ran into a cloud last.
And you did run into a cloud yesterday that wiped us when we almost finished the boss.
Yeah, but I was talking about lasers.
You guys say lasers, are you referring to the I-beams?
Yeah.
There's so many lasers in this instance that's very confusing. Like half the bosses actually have lasers, and we even have lasers shooting out of our columns and shoulders. Nope, no columns drop. It'll get dropped right before we get to the boss. We don't want to drop it before we actually have everybody in here. So if you haven't screwed up, you have nothing to worry about. If you double blink back into the group, you only have one other chance, for example.
Not naming names.
who may have double blinked.
You
Yeah,
got his new mouse today.
I got a whole brand new mouse because of that.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm
Yeah, it
serious.
cost me $70, I think.
Cost you $70. Why is
Money
it
I could have
your
spent
money?
on something else.
Why are you using her money to fix your mistakes, Yuri?
Wait, her money?
That's what she said.
Oh,
Ah,
right,
got
right.
it.
What's mine is hers, and what's hers is hers, or some shit like that.
Man, are we dating the same person? Because that sounds all too familiar. Alright. But yeah, we have. This boss, we've gotten so close. Like, if we ever get through phase 1, we can breeze through it. So, same thing with the fucking arc clouds that you can't walk through without spawning whatever the heck, a faceless mob. We're just gonna have no tolerance for all those things. We already have to drop the a number of people from the group anyway before we get to Zool to balance things out. So, yeah, I'm not trying to make these as threats. I'm not trying to say if you fuck up, I'm gonna kick you. I mean, in essence, that is somewhat true. But I mean, it's a case of I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna kindly bench you because we need to kill this boss at this point. A lot of us want to. I can't express how much I want to go away. My health needs to be replaced. Save the coin. I feel like we can kill Zool. This shit.
The thing I got from your heroic.
Hopping into Discord.
Hey, sorry guys, I'm running a little bit late. I am the parent now, but I can write you now.
You become a parent, your parents don't cease to be parents.
I wish it worked that way. At least for me.
Sorry, you're always gonna be their little baby.
And Dad was like, you're 18, get out.
Yeah, we'll see, Roger. Cross the bridge.
Burn, Widow.
Generally bad game.
I'll do what I want.
I don't think I've met a friendly tentacle yet in this game, actually.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, most of those were assholes as well.
The worst ones were those ones from the Deathwing fight.
Yes.
The ones that would grab you and like pin you up. Those aren't cartoons, Kinky. That's called anime. And a subset of anime called hentai.
Which is also amazing.
It is art.
Oh.
Oh, Dastard Senpai!
It's getting weird in here.
Yeah, it's almost like an old man with kids. He's calling me senpai. Oh, Kinky, why? Alright, back up. Rev,
No, dwarf, you showed up. No. I mean, congrats, bro. Glad to see you.
I'm gonna move the marks back, by the way, just a tiny bit. I had it a little bit far forward, and we were fairly close to the ad spawning, so it's just gonna be a little bit further back, which means that move is just gonna be a little bit further back as well. Shouldn't affect much. Just more in the center of the room.
Do you want me to heal, DPS, or tank?
At the moment, DPS, since we've already kind of worked out 5 heals, I don't think we really want 6 at the moment. Plus, well, yeah, let's do that.
I've worked on my DPS set, so it's actually fairly acceptable.
I'm glad what I said is acceptable. All right, let's drop a cauldron down.
And a summon for Bavarian, please.
I'm doing it.
Where is this cauldron gonna be? What's it look like? Preferably put it off on the side.
Sure, drop it down when I still got 40 minutes on my class.
Alright, there's a cauldron. Click it once, guys. Don't start spamming it. I mean, you can pick up a flask wave, just don't use it right away. Oh, you can only have one? Oh, good. Well, wait till everyone grabs one, then we can use it again, and a couple people can grab a few. Yeah, so don't double up, guys, until everyone's gotten one. And if people are AFK and miss it, that sucks to be them.
Can you use 2 flasks at the same time?
You can use one and then hold one. Hold off on that symbol. I'm gonna hold on to one just for the sake of being able to hand it off to anybody else who joins. Has everybody grabbed one? Yeah, the alchemist shouldn't need to double up, they get the double duration. Alright, a couple people can just grab extra ones and we'll see what happens. So, I mean, we may hand them off to people if they log in. Just babysit them, because they do despawn if you log out, so for an extended period of time. Alright, everybody's ready. We should all know what we need to do. Get over to the X, guys. Let's get around. I think we have all of our buffs. Yeah, we have all of our buffs. Make sure we use cooldowns when we're stacked up killing those ads in phase 1, and we just use some during phase 3, and we should all be fine. Alright, we all know what to do. Here we go.
The marks. Oh,
Don't need any of those marks.
5, 4, 3.
I removed them yesterday after only a couple times.
Same as last week, right?
Yeah. We go ahead and put the portal down, Source. The portal will be a last resort. But a couple people said that they very heavily struggle to get out of the group unless they have that. So. Shouldn't be necessary until the second thing. Second I-beam anyway. Everyone should be able to walk out of the first I-beam if they're fast. First I-beam is in 15 seconds, so be prepared to get to the X as soon as these beams are over and stack up on it as quickly as you can. Do not stack up on the teleporter. Get ready. Alright, over to the X, guys. Over to the X. You have 2 seconds. Shift to get out. Good. Next King E. Good. And last bloom. Good. Alright, let's get some slows and stuns on these things. Next I-beam's in 8 seconds. Be prepared. If you have, watch out if you have the slow debuff. Be prepared to use a cooldown or use the portal. Either one is fine. Alright, here they come. Bump first. That was close. Still up. Good. And last person, Shen. Good. Alright, we just got one more I-beam, guys, and it's going to overlap with the ads while we're all kind of all over the place. This one you need to use a cooldown to get out of, because there's no guarantee that the gateway will be near us. Great, we're going to be moving forward for this one. So we'll actually end up right next to the portal. We'll be right next to it for the last wave, so just be prepared. You will likely be slowed, so do not stand on the gateway. Alright, get ready. I-beams in 2 seconds, here it comes, be prepared. Or do we push the phase? We pushed the phase, actually. We don't have it. We skipped it. Look at that. not having 6 healers made this a little bit faster. Oh, blow some defensive cooldowns. These ads are up. CC these things. CC them in the back, guys. Start interrupting the one in the front. Mage needs to get purple diamond, please. Thank you. Alright, kill the star, then we'll kill purple diamond. Someone re-CC's purple diamond. People are breaking them with something. Re-CC both the ones in the back as people were apparently hitting them with shit. Single target here, guys. Alright, get the purple diamond next. We always kill the one in the front, we'll always kill purple diamond, and then we'll kill circle. Unless the boss is directly next to one, in which case we'll take out that one first and then listen for my calls. Alright, next one. So that should only happen maybe on the second, potentially third. Alright, back up. There's no requirement to be on the X anymore, by the way, guys, so just be close to the boss. Surging Darkness. Watch out if you get Rolling Deceit. Plan accordingly where the Rolling Deceit should end up. So be careful riding because we're going to be stacking up towards the center, so factor that in. Same thing with Bloom, same thing whoever the third person here shifted is. So get that as far away from the rest of the group as you can. Up, get out of that quick. Shifted. Shifted, run away from the group. You still have it, that's not yours. You're going to drop it in the middle of us. Yep, you did. That wasn't yours that dropped, that was Bloom's. Oh, move the boss away from this thing because we're going to wipe very quickly if we don't.
One just came up.
One just came up. Yep, I don't know who ran over to that.
Jen.
Jen did. We need to get this purple diamond in the back. Run those off. Get the last set, circle. If we can get a battle res on Bloom, we're going to need the heals for the last phase.
Be careful, she might be in a cloud.
I am.
I just
It might trigger it.
Then we can't battle res her. You can't be battle res if that's the case. Dodge these, do not hit the clouds. We're about to hit 40%, so we're going to hit the last phase here. I'm actually going to lust, so go on him. Do not get cleaved, and do not hit these clouds.
Watch out for that one near me.
Why did we not push it? Oh fuck, it's 30%, right? Not 40.
Oh, and that one got hit.
Yep. CC the ones in the back.
What the?
Just wipe it. Wipe it. Alright, wipe it quick. I'm gonna run through the mistakes. Phase 1 was fine and great because we had great DPS. But Phase 2, the slip-ups there. The first set of rolling deceits were run out and placed fine. That's fine. The second set of rolling deceits overlap with the clouds on the ground. There's two possibilities here. If it's the easy way, the circles start with the safe spot in the center, and the last safe spot's at the back of the room, the big circle, which means you can run to corners and then drop the rolling deceits there. That's the easy way. The hard way is the one we just got, where the final safe zone is in the center. That's going to overlap. That final safe zone is going to overlap perfectly with people getting the rolling deceit, with their rolling deceits wearing off, which means if you try to drop your rolling deceits correctly, you're going to drop it just a few feet away from us, which is generally really bad. So to the two people who had it wearing off at that point, I think, I can't remember who
it was. Bloom and someone else.
Yeah, I had no idea where to go. I just died.
What you have to do is run to the center spot, wait to kind of the last second, and then run into the purple stuff and use the defensive. One AoE from the purple thing does not kill you. It'll do about 60% of your health if you're at full health without any cooldowns. So one alone will not kill you. With the dot ticking on you from the seat, it could be if you're not topped off, but if you save a defensive cooldown for that, you should be able to run into the purple crap and eat it. The thing is, don't try to run out too early, because if you do, you're going to take multiple ticks and then you'll die unless you're spam healing yourself. As we saw, I think, with Raiden or Milky yesterday. I can't remember who did that. But so the idea is, you know how long's left on your duration. You should know how long roughly until those series of void zones finishes. They're up. The rolling deceits are applied staggered in threes, kind of like the I-beam. So the third person is safe. They don't have to worry about any overlaps. They just have to run away. The first person, though, it's going to overlap, and they have to make a call. Likely jump into the purple stuff, use a defensive cooldown, drop it. Shifted mistook his for the other person's, and that going dropped right next to us, which was a huge hazard. So please make sure it's worn off. Your whole screen glows white, so there should not be any confusion in terms of whether it's yours or somebody else's. That should just be a non-issue. And the last one is we triggered 2 of those clouds. One of them we triggered that was obvious that we were going to hit the one next to us, but the one a little further away, I'm surprised we hit that, so let's be very careful. I assume you torpedoed through the boss and hit it, so yeah, be careful that, especially between those shadow shit on the ground, you don't generally need speed cooldowns to get very far to drop this safely. Alright, here we go. Otherwise, phase 1 was great, and if we can do similar damage there, we can skip that third I-beam. So keep the damage on him while cleaving the ads. Don't worry so much about going all out on those ads. As long as we're cleaving off of him, they will die in time. And if we can keep skipping that third one, that is the toughest one, the one that was the biggest source of our wipe. So skipping that would be great.
Not a too early door.
That is unhealable for a second, so careful. Get ready to head to the X for the first round of I-beams, guys. No slip-ups here. Get to the X. Get ready. Here they come. First person right in. Ooh, hesitated for a second, but we're fine. And last person shot. Alright, make sure you're cleaving off the boss. Make sure the ads stay near the boss. Next I-beam's in 10 seconds. With luck, it'll be our last one. X Pride. And you killed us. X, I'm gonna have to bench you, I'm sorry. That was 3 yesterday and 1 today.
I have res.
Rev switch over to heal, so we have 5.
Alrighty then.
Run back in, the feast might still be up.
It's not.
Drat.
Lots of tasty jams.
Get up.
Hey, hang on just a second.
I think Kinky still needs to eat.
And she's eating now, and so you good?
I'm good.
Yeah, Solomon said he was.
Alright, here's the countdown. We should be good.
5, 4,
Somebody's really
3,
faint.
2,
Sounds like a female.
1.
Was it me?
It's kinky.
She spoke? I didn't hear. Turn her MOA. Watch out, Yuri pulled aggro tanks. Thanks, it's never happened before. Let's be careful. Pick Yuri up. And throw him buffs as soon as you can. Stay by the X, or make sure you move to the X after this. Do not group up on the portal. Alright, here we go. Give him a first. Speedy cat. Pow second. Good. And soul. Good. We're gonna cleave off the boss. Just keep AoEing.
Watch it, Thorfinn.
High beams in 3 seconds, be prepared. With luck, these are the last ones. And then... Good. We can do 5% in 20 seconds, we'll skip the next one. We'll still get the ads, so... Yeah, we should be skipping it. My train agrees. Alright, we've skipped it. Good job. Focus on getting these ads down quick because we do have 13 seconds to the ads. Make sure we're very quick to CC them. Just AoE these ads with the Nerubian next to us. What the fuck is that guy doing?
He was saying hi to you.
I think the guy had a stroke on the board.
No, he's got Parkinson's.
Or that. Alright, take these out. Let's make sure we get this star. Leave off the star. Remember, take advantage of these rolling deceits, not overlapping with anything shitty. Why the fuck are 2 people dead?
Three people.
Zul was out of range.
Yeah, I might have read you before.
You already went to drop the thing in the other side of you.
Alright, come on guys. This is a this is at this point you like if you died to that you fucked up. I've been stressing before, it's a dot put on you. If you run away immediately, like you should run as soon as possible to get to the distance you need to. If you don't like if you can't self-heal yourself or use a defensive cooldown, blinking to a corner and then just dying is not helpful. You should wait 2 seconds and then run out. But in this case, who has the debuff now? Spite, that Source, and Biden. Spite's gonna have to dash out at the last second and use a defensive. Perfect, that's exactly what you're supposed to do, Spite. Now there should be plenty of time for Source to drop hers and Biden to drop his. CC the ads, good. Get the purple diamond next. Let me know as soon as another battle res comes up. We'll want to pick up the DPS.
It's
Be
in a
4
second.
seconds. Be careful with them in clouds.
Yeah. Who's not in cloud? The 2 mages both are, so the only person who isn't is shifted, so we'll have the battle res shifted. So pick as soon as battle res comes up, pick up shifted. We just need at least one more DPS before this gets dicey. We'll have at least one more round of ads. Alright, he's about to start doing the void zones, guys, so pay attention if you have the rolling deceit at the same time. You have to very carefully place them. Middle ring, and then there'll be the last ring. Do not get cleaved, careful. Alright, CC these ads. This should hopefully be the last round.
Which one are we killing?
Kill the purple diamond, it's closer, CC star.
Just getting broke.
You have big cooldowns coming up. Try to save it for the lust that'll be coming up very shortly. Somebody attacked and broke my circle. Well, these should be the last rolling defeats we get. Alright, take out the circle. So take out the circle. Take out the circle fast. And then get back onto him. And we have to do basically 2% before he switches over, so we should be good. Alright, push it quick. This is good. We'll have the AoE zone just at the start of this phase. Alright, perfect. We're in the last phase, lusting now. Be prepared, you're going to have to move around a little bit and watch out for the purple orbs. When someone sees the purple thing on the ground, holler, just right there.
Just came up.
Yeah,
It's under us.
A couple DPS are in it, so that's fine. It's on the opposite.
Got it, I got
one range, just some range to get stand in it. It's fine.
White's got it.
It's shifted. You're the first person. Just be prepared when the time comes. Run off to like the left side, and we'll grip you over and kill you. Dwarf will get the first grip. Widow will get the second. Actually, Widow will get the first grip.
I'll get this one.
Got it.
All right, get ready. We'll have to kill shifted in like 6 seconds. All right, bring him over to the side. Get ready with the grip. Widow will grab him in just a moment. All right, grip him over. Grip him over.
Behind
chain
tank.
interrupt him. Chain interrupt him.
I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
Melee,
Don't
go
worry
grab
about
that one. Oh, you got the one? Alright, good. Alright. Get ready. Get ready. You will be gripping him shortly, Dwarf. Alright, grip over shifted. Grip over, or spite, excuse me. Grip over spite, sorry. Move away, Shen. This will be your grip, Widow. Or, yeah, this will be your grip, Widow. Alright, grip him over.
Behind tanks again.
Yep, I'll get this one. I'll try to, at least. I'm gonna need.
I'm gonna be off to the left, running with the.
Don't ignore Shen, guys. He's gonna be fearing people. Drop a tremor totem and interrupt them to range. You should be killing Shen.
I stopped him. All
right, get into the circle. Do not get cleaved.
I'm MC'd as well.
Yeah, somebody interrupt Raja. Just kill the boss. Kill the boss. We're almost done. We should have it.
I'm about to go.
Good job.
No, I got fear.
We did it! Yay!
Yeah. Now give me some.
What did we just do?
Wake up.
Alright, let's get a res.
Thank you.
Let me take a look at the numbers real quick, guys, and see where we stand, both on heals and DPS from yesterday and today for this. Go ahead and start clearing up to Zool. Be very, very careful. Do not start pulling double packs until we get a sense of how quickly we can kill mobs. We should only be chain pulling as one pack is about to die. Don't double pull them right away, just to be safe. We don't want to waste any time. All right, let's see here. Damage. Two mages were dead, so that makes sense.
Oh, somebody else have it.
Pull back, guys. All the way back.
I need to get closer.
Bloom, just open tray with me.
Beware. It's too far away.
Guys, be careful. Everything's buffed with that Dominator.
Yeah. How did we just grab a whole new pack? I didn't even see anybody move. Did somebody accidentally shoot him?
Beard.
Beware.
I don't know. Somebody keeps pulling them.
Somebody does keep pulling them.
They were pulled back.
Nah, you can't. Back doesn't mean the stairs. You gotta
I mean, we're on the actual stairs. That shouldn't be a problem. Somebody
Yeah,
was
shit was getting pulled.
Someone
far
was
up.
actually shooting them, Wave. Someone was misjudging a move or was doing it intentionally. But somebody shot the bulls to bring them over. There's no other way. No one was close enough to physically aggro. So I'm going to pray it was an accident. Somebody's going to go, whoops, sorry, my bad. I used the wrong move and accidentally pulled, and that'll be that. But I don't want to see us pulling an extra pack like that. It's heroic, guys. These mobs suck. It's not meant to be fast. Everyone complains these packs are very slow, and they have to be done slow because they're deadly. And the reason they suck so much is because that there's no trash before the next 2 bosses after this. It's the last trash of the entire instance. So it's basically 3 bosses worth of trash, and time, and energy.
Are we just gonna wipe this?
I guess so, because like there's no tank or anything. So.
I think a tank ran up and they just died again. Yeah, don't release, because I mean we can't keep up with it. Anybody runs up is just dying instantly.
Alright, they reset. Somebody's still spitting blood, but I saw them run back.
Let me see here. I was hoping for double priests here for the double master spells. That was going to be very
I don't know where the hell Novik is.
Trader Joe's.
Making love to a stripper.
And his $2 chuck.
I'm gonna need blood elf help.
Just kamikaze blood elves.
I mean, it's super easy, especially like I know some blood elves. If you get it on you, just arcane torrent before you walk back to the group, and you kill them all.
Dastard's seen me do it.
You just have to wait 2 seconds before using Arcane Torrents. This is a slight delay after you get the spell before the ad spawn. It's like 2 seconds or whatever before they appear. So just wait those 2 seconds in Arcane Torrent.
And if it's up, I'll do it. I'll run over and kill him, but it's like a minute 45 cooldown on it.
It is important to note, however, that there are 2 dispels now in phase 1 and 2 dispels in phase 2, or 2 debuffs people have to run out with for both phase 1 and phase 2. But also the ads, once they fear somebody, they don't despawn. So if they make it into the group, they'll just start fearing everybody forever. Anyway, let's keep pulling. Everybody's here.
But there's no I-beams, so...
Yeah. However, there are circles that need to be soaked now.
Who's my interrupter?
I'll get it.
Someone can get an interrupt on that. I guess a grip on that ad. It aggroes the Dominator. So the plan here, the damage on everybody looks decent enough to start. We'll have to see how we go. We proceed after this, but I think it should be decent given that we were making up. Yeah, these need to be pulled farther back. We just got another 2 packs because of the fear, guys. Also, if you get feared, start screaming bloody murder that you've gotten feared so we can break it. We can free you
Wait,
guys.
where the fuck did those ones come from? What is happening?
People just got feared into 2 packs, as I was just saying.
No, the ones on the right. I saw people get feared to the left.
We just grabbed an extra pack on the left side as well. Kill every defensive cooldown in the book, but Dwarf is probably not going to last much longer. Throw some stuns before these guys can refresh his stacks. If he can lose his stacks, we can survive this.
Widow feared.
I'm feared.
Spite feared.
I mean, there's nothing to aggro anymore, so thank you. I appreciate it, but it's safe. Alright,
It's a thought that
interrupt these and take these things out. We'll be fine. Dwarf, I'm gonna pull one of these Dominators back just because there's an opening for it, and these are both about to die. Back. No, I'm not gonna pull the second Dominator. So yeah, in terms of mechanical changes, guys, this fight's pretty much the same. Yeah, in terms of mechanical changes, this fight's pretty much the same. The major difference is the thing that makes you run out that you can on the ads, as I already said. There's 2 of those now in Phase 1, and in Phase 2... Oh, Phase 2 is the same. The only new mechanic is there is a small void zone in both Phase
Grab this one.
and Phase 2. Somebody needs to soak. While they soak it, they're taking constant ticking damage, but if they're not soaking it, then everyone in the raid takes the same constant ticking damage. So it's one person taking the damage versus the entire raid taking it. So someone's always going to have to be doing that. So we're all going to be stacked up, and then we're going to have different mobile range running over there.
I'm gonna pull the next Dominator.
If you can use a defensive cooldown, then jump in there, use a defensive cooldown, and soak the thing. It's not that big a deal in Phase 1, and in Phase 2 you just have to remember quickly the amount of damage you're taking. Now the critical bit here is that because Phase 2 is where all the danger is in terms of just massive tank damage and everything, we're going to try to get through Phase 1 as fast as possible, which means we're likely going to lust on Phase 1, and we're going to try to do the strat where you pretty much do not focus a Crusher or a Krog ever. You're always cleaving off the boss, with the exception of the Blood Hexers. Blood Hexers you focus on to make sure they don't
Pull
heal.
them back up here.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to plan on doing. So the very first pack we pull, we will kill the Blood Hexer right away, and then we just start going all in with basically a lust on Zool and nuking him. If the Crusher gets to max health, we pull the Crusher out and we bring him right back, which is almost a guarantee to happen. Every single time. We just have to make sure they get passively cleaved before the next Crusher. That's our only DPS requirement. That does mean anytime we're killing a Blood Hexer, we need to make sure it's gripped on top of the Crusher and the Zool, so we're always cleaving everything at the same time. So between Dwarf and Widow, we need to make sure you both have a you grip one each essentially wherever the Blood Hexers spawn. And the goal is we'll kill the first round of ads, a second round will spawn, we'll kill the second round, and the goal is to have him down to 40% before the third round spawns, if we're on target with DPS. Given that we avoided the second round of the second I-beams, I think we should be able to do that. That should be okay. With 5 heals, we can't do that with 6. That was part of the reason I was stressing that we were going to have to adjust the group last night. When we get to Phase 2, same deal. We won't have Lust this time, but it's the same general idea where we stack up towards the center, boss faces towards the same spot, and tanks have to run off to drop their crap. But the damage from that dot is incredibly high on Heroic. Tanks already saw it in when we were doing normal, and you saw how painful that was. In practice, you should only be able to really take 2 stacks and taunt off one another, unless we have a series of big healer cooldowns to cycle through on you. So if we have like a Life Cocoon or a PS or anything else, we could have you get to 3, but yeah, it's just we have to be careful. Generally we only want to use 2 stacks. And we just need a healer watching you full time when you run over. It is critical that you don't run off to the stack up location or the place where you're dropping the void zone until the last possible moment. You know what your mobility is like, so you want to time it so that the debuff wears off in the correct spot, but you want to get there just at the last moment. That way you're in range of most of the heals as long as possible, and that will ensure your survival. Plus, if you're within range that you can punch the boss, you can use some of your active mitigation that you would not be able to do if you ran out of range, which should help enormously. The last note, and this is a really good one, a really great one is that for the first 3 tank swaps, we should have Blessing and Protections we're going to be using. So the very first one will have Rev use. So you'll get the 3 stacks. You'll run to the position you need to be in. Then he'll bop you so that you drop the Void Zone and you just run off. Then the second one will have How Do, and then the third one will have Shifted Do. And the idea is just when I'll call out when you're up, you run over to the, you follow the tank. When they get into position, call for the bop tank so that they know that you're good, and whoever I assigned right beforehand will use Blessing Protection on you to drop it. It's if you want to be brave, you can even overlap it with the previous ones, but we don't need to get too crazy because I doubt we're going to run into space issues. But yeah, so that's the idea. It should take roughly 12 to 13 seconds for each stack to get applied to tanks. So roughly, if we do 3, if we're doing 3, 3, and 3, it should be something like 45 seconds. You run off, 45 seconds. The second one, the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Yes, the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds we should basically have completely covered by bops, and then after that, then you potentially have to run off. But at that point, the boss should be sub 10 or 15. So 15 or lower, probably around that mark. So it shouldn't be too bad. Are there any questions?
He popped up.
He popped up and somebody cleaved.
Yeah, I think if it's the Dominator, I think he pops up after you kill all the big groups.
It's the Blood Hexers, yeah, the Dominators don't count. You reset her, guys, you can come back down. It's already reset.
That was definitely unexpected.
Alright, cool. Let's circle around to the west side.
West side?
Actually, so no, the south side is what we normally do, I believe. Where are we dropping minions of Zul? Just against the edge of the room. Your only responsibility is to just run out of the circle and drop them. Preferably don't run in front of the boss. It's more of annoying for the healers to run forward. Generally run back behind the boss. The important point, though, is that since there's always 2 people, you guys can't run in the same direction, so you have to run to 2 different sides. So if I throw some markers up. Triangle, circle. Diamond. X in the back. So if we're stacked up right behind the boss, like right almost where the crusher is, then you would theoretically run maybe back to the triangle and the circle. Not where the triangle and the circle are, but like the back corners. In fact, I could even move them a little bit further back at this point. There's no need to have them that close. So like... Yep, nope, I'm well, Kinky. We'll see how that goes. Worst case scenario, I can spam purge to cleanse as many ads as necessary. So, yeah. The damage, you're going to notice the damage is much higher in phase 2 as well from the dispels. So we have to make sure the people who are dispelled are up against the wall right before they jump off. And if the two people run in different directions, it's probably safe to dispel them both right before they fall off. But if they're not and they're on top of one another, we have to grip one person back beforehand. Otherwise, it will kill one of the people to double dispel. Or one of the 2, yeah. Grip is 1 minute. Well, then, damn not having Novik. We'll see how this goes. How much health does he have? 37 mil. How much did Zekboz have?
30.
Yep, we'll play it by ear. We'll make adjustments, especially once we get to the break, and if need be, we'll add additional assignments. But we have a few attempts here to get some numbers, and then we'll during the break. All right, so on pull, potions, nuke the Blood Hexer, and then cleave off the Blood Hexer to start, and then cleave off of Zul afterwards. Do not focus the Crusher. Never focus a Crusher, never focus a Krog. You can cleave, but for the most part, if you're AoE spec, you want to go into single target with very minor cleave for this. This is not about massive AoE. This is about doing as much damage to Zul as possible and cleaving off of him. We'll pretty much lust on pull when all of our cooldowns are up to get the biggest bang for our buck here. I guess Bedpost will pick up the Crushers so that he can blink out with them. Dwarf will be picking up the Blood Hexers and the Krogs. And yeah. Yeah, if anyone needs to spec out of AoE specs, this is not an AoE fight. In fact, none of these fights are really beneficial to be specced into AoE. Thought that was the case with this one, but it is not. Alright, everybody's ready. So yeah, let's give this a go and see where we stand. Here we go. Be prepared to soak the random circles around, but just call out if you're a ranger, you're gonna run over and do it. Alright, on to Zul. Zul's all that matters now.
Pulling out.
I'll get it.
That's the thing that needs to be soaked. Alright, Raja has it. Good.
Go ahead back in, how I go.
Yeah, melee should not soak that. Run out, you two. Run to different directions. Circle and triangle each. Or, excuse me, use a triangle and circle, yeah. Careful not to get cleaved by the Crusher.
I missed one or two.
Those minions are running. There's another thing up. The ending's go.
Alright, good. Just blow defensive, it does hurt.
It's not horrible. A minor defensive.
You'll grip over the one at purple diamond, I'll CC the star, or the moon, excuse me. I'll CC the moon. Alright, kill that Blood Hexer quick, guys. This is what we do. We focus off the Blood Hexer right now. Get ready to grip the other one in just a second. Grip the other one in now. Grip the other one in. Grip it in. Blood Hexer. Quick, 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 quick. And get ready to chain stun on it with the appropriate moves. There we go. Kill the Blood Hexer fast. Get ready with another stun in just a moment. Another stun if we can.
I died for the AoE. That thing's AoE now.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. Alright, now cleave off Azul again. Cleave off Azul. Off of Zul. Another grab the one at circle, I'll CC the triangle. Cleave off the Blood Hexer, Blood Hexer's priority. Yeah, I don't know where the next one is. Run those two things off. Different directions, guys, different directions. Yeah, this double crusher is where we're gonna have a problem. We're at 46% here, so the goal here would be, our goal is to get him to 40% before this other crusher shows up. So that was our deadline we just hit, and he was at 46 or so when that happened. We did have about 4 people die. A possibility, something I've seen heavily is when those second round of Hexers appear, to not actually kill them, just CC them each, and then just burn him to the 40% mark, which is something we might have to do, which would then mean we just have 2 Blood Hexers we have to kill and mop up one last Crusher. What's that? You can go grab your seals in just a minute. I mean, we're gonna have a break in probably like 15 minutes, so. Yeah, the break will be in 15 minutes, and I'll be amazed if we get this guy within the next 15 minutes. I think we can get him, but yeah, I wouldn't worry. And if we kill him, I'm sorry, sort of. I'm both sorry and not sorry if we kill him within 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, Dash, what were you gonna do, Guild Report?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at those fucking logs. Holy shit.
What, the numbers?
Oh, that's fucking insane.
Or you can do it after break or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do it after break because I don't know where the fucking option is. They moved everything around.
What you got going on, Arrow?
Yeah, by the way, so one important thing I do want to mention about the logs on this fight. Do not trust the logs. The goal is to do as much damage to Zool as possible, and a common complaint when I was reading through people asking for help on this fight is that a lot of people, I'm not saying people are doing this right now, but people at the top are people doing large amounts of AoE damage to the ads, which is not what the goal is for Phase 1. So to some degree, it's important that we have good cleave on those ads, but the people who are at the top are not the people who are doing necessarily the most damage to Zool, which is the most important thing. So, yeah. So not to rain on anybody's parade here. If you're at the top, if it's in single target, then fantastic. If it's an AoE...
I myself have some
well,
dual links going in between pulls.
But yeah, so everyone should spec out of AoE in as much as single target as possible. The only important thing is that we kill, like cleave-wise, we just have to make sure that first pressure dies before the second, and that since we're focusing on the blood hexers, we don't have to worry about cleave on them.
Proceed with the story, because then I can just put any ritual cards in, and so long as I have ritual Forgone, I can still get credit for the ritual.
All right, Roger's volunteered to get all of the void zones and try soaking them, so we'll try that. If it finds out that it's difficult to keep you up without someone having a personal cooldown each time, then we might have to swap it around. But otherwise, healers, be prepared. Roger's always going to be taking a steady amount of damage, as she will be soaking void zones for all of Phase 1 and all of Phase 2, unless she gets the debuff. In which case, Biden, you should run around and soak them instead.
Yeah, no problem. Just Roger.
And there's no benefit from more than one person standing in it. So if
yeah, I'll call it out.
Don't stand in it as well. You're just going to take extra damage for no reason.
Hey,
right.
Dastard.
What?
This will be my last go tonight. I got some family and all over, and I got to finish packing.
You suck. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I've already seen your animals.
Single target on Zool. Do not worry about pure AoE. Just cleaves are enough. Sword should be able to clear those ads out. Cool. Alright, we are a good bit ahead. You're gonna grip the one over from the moon, and I will CC the triangle.
Widow will grip moon.
Alright, cool. Then Dwarf, you save yours for the second one that appears. Alright, kill this Blood Hexer quick, guys. Get ready. Get ready on the grip on the second one. Get ready. And grip the triangle. You need a stun. Oh, did it spawn the ad? It spawned the ad. Shit. That might fuck us. Just kill the Blood Hexer, guys. It's the focus right now. Just keep that ad. Don't worry about that. If you keep it slowed and stunned, it'll just kill itself on its own. Just focus on Zool right now. Let's focus on Zool. All on Zool. If another round of those Hexers appear, we're just going to CC him. I'll call it for the mage CCs. Knock back that Icar if you can. Kill that Icar real quick, and then focus on Zool where the CCs did. Yuri, get the one at Moon, and Mask, get the one at Triangle. Focus on Zool, Battle Res Bloom. Holy shit, we did it. All right, just keep those CC'd if mages.
Crusher needs to die.
Yeah, it's focused on the Crusher. If mages, if you can keep that almost CC.
That's dead.
Yeah. We don't have a battle restroom, so let's just test this. Dwarf, you're gonna hold on to the boss. When you get to 3, a hunter, grab that real quick.
I'm getting it. I was just a little far away.
Run over to the X. Run to the X. Rev, get ready to CC
really
him.
fast in this fight.
We'll use a bop. Use the bop on. Well, he died beforehand. Alright, go ahead and wipe it up. Hey, but that's not bad. We went, like, if you recall on normal how long it took for us to get to phase 2.
Okay.
Crazy improvement.
It looks like in phase 2 the pools of darkness can overlap, so there can be 2 up at once.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw it happen.
Okay, then both hunters run around grabbing them. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's take our break now, and I'm gonna ask for 2 things. 1, potions. I have some in the guild bank, or I have some that I'm gonna bring out if people don't have them. If you have them, grab them. If you can buy some, you can afford it, grab some. I'm gonna try to grab some for the people who are a little bit maybe don't have the money for it. If you have any missing seals, grab the seals. But this is going to cut into our 10-minute break here. The potions, I think we're doing pretty good on the ads and everything.
Burrito time.
I mean, feel free to pre-pot. It's certainly going to help. The second potion should be used once we get to the 30% mark, and we just need to start nuking him. We took him from 40 all the way down to 30, which is fucking crazy good, because that's already 25% of that last phase done, before the first tank even has to do his debuff. That means... That's right. Then, yeah, with the 3 paladin bubbles, we won't have to deal with almost any awkward tank swapping. We just need to make sure that the tanks are within heal range the entire time, so Rev, just make sure that you shadow the tank as necessary to always be within range when they run
I'll be right
off.
back.
Just don't be in front of the boss, otherwise you'll drop a void zone and won't wipe. We also got feared, but obviously that's we'll have to figure out how to coordinate that a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah. But otherwise, it looked pretty good to start. I'm trying to think about the things that need to be called out in phase 2 and what if I need to. Later, bum. Safe travels.
Thank y'all. I'll probably be on later in the weekend or something when I get settled.
Later, bum.
We're almost ready to have to pop new flasks, so... hold up a second, listening to Andy. Let me double check the meters from yesterday. It's very, very tight in DPS. Like, if your DPS is where it should be, an extra DPS will make this easier. That'll improve the DPS healer ratio. But if you're a little bit lighter, then not as much. Done. You were middle of the pack, and actually 86 percentile of your based on item, which is not bad. Give me a minute. Let me just see a couple other.
By the way, I know you explained it, but I forgot. How do you look in our board of logs? The percentile. I was again trying to figure out what to look, and I couldn't figure out where actually to look.
You have. That's a big question.
Okay, later.
You have to. Yeah, we can discuss this after the raid. Or if someone wants to give him a hand, go for it. But yeah, we can invite you, Les. You were pulling the right. You were middle of the pack, which I mean, that's still an advantage. If you're spec'd into AoE at all, spec into as heavy single target as you possibly can. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna go crazy heavy damage all on Zool. So crazy heavy single target damage with a little bit of cleave, not AoE, but cleave. What was that?
Someone took the door.
Ideally, Novik would come on. We'd switch Rev over to DPS, We'd still have that extra bop. We'd have an extra. Well, the mana's not that critical. Okay. Thankfully, this is a fight that's only going to get easier as we get gear, since we're doing the Zerg strat, so, yeah, we'll skip a lot of the scariness there.
How many goals it took you guys today to get the Zek?
Zekbaz? 3?
Yeah.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was.
That was only our second go on Zool to 30%, so I'm actually pretty hopeful now. I'm trying to not get too, like, super optimistic, because this is harder than it seems, but we're doing actually very well, and the fact that we had the DPS to meet the check, I'm honestly not used to. We've been notorious for a little bit under, but we're actually looking pretty solid with numbers right now. Yeah, so, well, I'll go through this later. Feel free to toss me a summon source if you're still here. If not,
I am. I was saving you for last.
Oh, thanks.
You guys have room for DPS?
For a DPS. Yes. Oh, a paladin. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I didn't think I'd ever say that. Not this tier. Were you here yesterday, Shake?
Yeah, man. Been here the whole time.
Then yeah, that should be fine. That should only speed things up and give us an extra stun. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go AFK for a couple minutes here. When we come back, we'll look at dropping another cauldron. One more cauldron, and we'll distribute pots as necessary.
Do you guys have any spare strength flasks, or do I need to go buy some?
We're gonna drop a cauldron so everyone will get one.
Alright.
Be right back.
I'm making burritos. It's not just a chair stream. I'll be back in a sec. thinking about starting to do ASMR streams. I think that'd be fun. Just make soft, nice music with my wiener, since they're apparently pornographic. Some nice smooth tunes. I can.
I have many wares.
Uh-oh. Hey, come back. Well, you don't want to do some ASMR? I think that'd be fun. I'm just kidding. I don't think that'd be fun. Manly wow. We done gonna kill us this boss here, boy. We done gonna get him good. Hopefully. I want Soul dead. I think Soul can die. It is curious, the variance in bosses here, because like,
all right, I'm back.
When we went heroic, like, we took down the first boss in one goddamn shot. Zero problem. And other ones took us like damn near a fucking full week to get through.
Oh wait, Bum's gone, so we actually only have one more DPS. We just traded people around. Alright, fine. And no Novik. No. Everybody's checked ready but Rev, Shen, and Milky. So that's Milky, Shen, and Rev.
I think Rev went offline. I think got DC'd.
That's Milky. Alright, so couple things I want to ask. First, once everybody's back, we'll drop a cauldron. That'll be another round of flasks for everybody. That will, yeah. So yay. I'm going to try to make sure we have cauldrons for progression nights, which is the critical point when we need flasks. And we'll see how we're going to coordinate that. We have to talk amongst the officers and see if we can have one of us kind of in charge of kind of coordinating that or figuring out the best way of doing that. I haven't figured out the best way of doing it quite yet. I'll see if I can open up a single tab for donations, and then Alchemist can just fetch from the tab and make the potions. That'd be what I hope. But I want to come up with something sustainable, not something that we're going to burn out of in like 2 weeks or whatever, and then we get
can
to
always do. That's
good ties that bind.
We can always do what we've done in the past. Mail them to bank.
You can't mail them, they're BOP.
What, the flasks?
The cauldrons are.
Oh, the cauldrons, yes. But if you mail the, you're asking for contributions. If you want a contribution of a cauldron, that's different.
Yeah, but I mean, I like for it to be all automated if possible.
Okay, if it's something that is bound to you, you can't put it in the guild bank either.
Yeah, I know. You can't put the cauldrons in.
Okay, but the flasks themselves, you can just mail the bank and then put them in the guild bank, and then
yeah,
the cauldrons can use them.
Yeah, it's well, I'll see.
It's done in the past, so
we have. It's just I'm trying to remove the burden from us and the effort. But anyway, well, again, the point is we'll discuss this later. This is not for now. So we'll figure out how to handle that. But we'll have a round of cauldrons before we pull this again. Second, Kinky, since you're primarily the person handling the dispels for both phase 1 and phase 2, holler if you need help with one round of dispels.
How you doing, Yorwi? Doing pretty good.
Right in Milky.
I'm glad we finally got down.
Does anybody else have offensive dispels besides
boss.
Like magic dispel?
Magic dispel, yeah. Purge, I guess was.
Because that boss was easy as shit to tank.
Yeah, but it cuts into your. Yeah. I mean, you healers all should actually. No, you healers only have defensive dispels. You don't have offensive dispels except for Kinky, which spell steal one target. You do not want to spell steal that ad. That will kill you. You spell steal it, the debuff wears off, and then you die as a mage. Don't do that. Soothe?
It goes pretty
Nope.
well until like the Death Wish is just super hard without another priest.
Oh, the one in what's
Speaking of which, Arrow, why don't you bring Kayane back?
My master spell is always on cooldown at that point. Like I can follow one person and purify them, but it's a 6-second cooldown.
I don't think we have a single rogue in the raid guild.
It's usually on the map to die and on cooldown.
Well, shamans seem rest of shamans seem like they have purge. So what we should do is when the two people get Death Wish, each one of you call out your.
Nope, we've got one rogue.
Have one of you claim one of the two people. You Kinky, you follow them, you dispel them, you
one
mass
rogue,
you get back to the
so
group.
you would
the other shaman dispels them, then they
actually
purge the 3
been
targets and
real
get back
willing.
to the group. Purge should not have a. Does Purge have a cooldown as Resto?
No. I'm gonna ride on Bloom.
Cool. Then you just purge all 3. You get back to the group. Done. And worst case scenario, if they're running in the same direction and you both, if you're both running in the same direction, Kinky's will grip her target back before and then dispel delayed while the shaman dispels right away. And that should be it. I'm not making it overly simple. I think that should be. So I guess Kinky, you just whenever people during phase 2 at least. Actually, might as well do it for phase 1 and for phase 2 if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed by it in phase 1. But just every time 2 targets appear, just claim one of the 2, and the shaman, whoever wants to volunteer, will just be in charge of the other person.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky and it's been on Blood Elves a couple times.
Is a 50% of the raids probably Blood Elves. So.
Why don't you have any interest in
So okay, I'll leave it to you healers to continue coordinating that, and just as long as one person's calling out, so there's no confusion, we should be good. Worst case scenario, if something goes wrong, I can help with purges. Just holler if you need for that. In terms of bubbles, Shake, the plan was going to be Rev gets the first bop on probably Bedpost. Well, actually, who knows who it could be. It's probably Dwarf. So Rev will get the first bop on Dwarf. Then Shifted was going to get the second one, then Hal was going to get the third, and you'll get the fourth. Basically, every 45 seconds you'll have to bop. Do not bop until the tank gets to the X or away from the group. Once they get away from the group, bop them, they'll run back, they'll click off the debuff, and they'll go again. Tanks are going to try to go to 3 stacks, so they'll be taking a decent amount of damage. Make sure you do use a big cooldown as you're running away, tanks, because you will die in those few seconds you run off with 3 stacks. It's that deadly. Your fourth, it depends on whoever's tanking, Shake.
So the bop gets rid of that thing that we have to take off of the group, right?
Yes, but it will drop the void zone the second you're bopped. So you have to make sure you're
Oh, so we're still going to have to worry about positioning then.
Yes, so like, just a hypothetical, run through it really quickly. Dwarf's tanking, you still have the Crusher, we kill the Crusher, great. At that point, after the Crusher's dead, Dwarf is stay at 3 stacks. You taunt off of Dwarf, Dwarf runs back to the X, Rev is within range, Rev bops Dwarf. Sounds weird. Rev bops Dwarf, Dwarf runs back to us. You're maybe at only 1 or 2 stacks at this point because you just taunted. Maybe you don't even have any stacks yet. Dwarf is just off to the side, punching the boss while you're gaining your 3 stacks. Once you gain your 3 stacks, Dwarf will taunt. You run over to either on top, like if you feeling ballsy, you can jump into the middle of the X just as you're getting the bop to overlap them. Probably not necessary. Just drop it next to it somewhere on that back side of the wall. The second one, who's what I think I said was Shifted, would bop you, and then it keeps going. So then the third one would be Dwarf, and he'd get bopped by Hal. Fourth one would be you'd get bopped by Shake, and at that point you should be swapping off at 2 stacks and making sure that you swap at 2 stacks once that we run out of Blessing and Protections. Actually, what's the cooldown on Blessing Protection?
5 minutes.
Yep, that's not coming up again. All right, so once we've gone through all 4 blessing and protections, or potentially a paladin dies, you switch to 2 stacks. And remember, the pattern is you taunt off one another. You don't run away right away. You sit on the boss and keep hitting him, so that you're in your case, you can actually punch him and heal yourself up a little bit. Healers are all within range and can reach you, and then you make sure you get away from the group just at the last second before the stacks wear off. So in your case, Bed, you just leap you just leap right with 1 or 2 seconds left. You drop it far away from the group, and hopefully you live. While dropping, you're using big major cooldowns. And Dwarf probably runs a couple seconds earlier and uses Wraith Walk or whatever to get where he needs to. But important thing is don't run off right away. If you do, you're going to die, as we saw with Dwarf last go. And that should be enough. I think we should be able to kill him if everything goes smoothly within those 4 bops before we have to do a non-bop version. Let's drop that cauldron down.
It's already down.
Oh. Alright then, refresh your flask, grab one. I have some potions. If people needs a few potions, open up trade with me and I can give you a few. I have strength, int, and agility potions.
A healer shouldn't be pre-potting, right?
No, there's really no benefit for a healer pre-potting.
Not really much for a tank either, right?
No. I mean, you can use them, since it's physical damage, you can use an armor potion to survive the ticking dot, but that's done. Double check here. How many do... I don't have a ton, so I'm going to be giving 10 to each people.
Dude, that thing looks like fucking Alexia.
Severally. Anyone else who needs them,
that's pretty cool.
Open up one at a time. That's
great. Oh, it's an Onyxian drink.
Thank Bloom for
that explains
all of these. She crafted all these and sent them to me.
I'm like the worst WoW player. I don't
continue open trade with me if anyone else needs them.
Here, let's see here. We've got... There's my mounts right there. Total mounts 10. I have 31 battle bets on accident.
Make sure I give you the right
I
one.
don't need strength. What the fuck is that?
They look the same. Wait, I didn't give you strength, did I? Oh no, shit! I have an extra stack of strength. I didn't realize that. I might have given strength. Solo, double check that. Yeah, I gave strength to you. Sorry, my bad.
Thanks, Bloom.
Wait, need strength though. So yeah, just open trade with me again, Solomon. I'll swap it. Anybody else?
Here, I need to give you some more potions.
You can give them to me after the fact. Anybody else? Last call. Alright, that madness was over. For these potions, guys, as we're counting down, tanks, be very careful with the pull. You want to use your potion at 1 or 2 seconds left on the countdown. You'll get a full usage of a minute of the potion, and then you can use a second one when we get to the last phase. If we don't get to the last phase cleanly and we're likely going to wipe, you may want to save that potion just to not blow through them. We don't have that many. As we're getting into Mythic, they're going to become mandatory to be using the potions, guys. But I want to do whatever we can to try to supply them as a guild. We'll see. All right, cool. Let me eat up, and then we'll be good to go. All right, here we go, guys. What we did last time was perfect. Same thing. Here we go. The potion's only 25 seconds now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Leave off the Zool. Zool's all that matters. Focus on single target, not on AoE.
Time for me to eat out. It's the hard yeet life for us. It's the hard yeet life for us. I'm gonna yeet all day. Eat all my cares.
Did we miss the zone to soak? Yeah, 2 people dropped.
It went off once before I could get over there.
Yeah, I'm TCing the one at circle. Grab the other one. Cleave off of the blood hexer, or focus off the blood hexer, guys. Yeah, cleave off the blood hexer. Alright, get the other blood hexer, rip it in. Get ready with the stuns. Stun it. Perfect. Kill it before it can do that again. Get ready with another stun. Stun it. Good. Alright, focus on Zool again.
Now, yay.
Alright, when these 2 pop up, we're gonna CC them and just focus on Zool. Mask at the circle and Yuri get the purple diamond. Yeah, we're gonna get another crusher. 2 DPS down, that's not surprising. Alright, don't use another potion. We're definitely gonna wipe here, so let's just practice a few things. Yeah, tanks are just died immediately. No, we're fucked.
Yeah, Daster, that was my bad. I
Stop
need to stand
singing,
like
what?
directly in the center so I can get to
But
any
it's
of
the
them.
hard yeet life.
If you want, have you and Biden just each watch one half of the room, and that might just be easier.
Well, if we had done that, I don't know whose that would have been, because that was like directly behind where we
Just call
like
for
the
it.
tanks.
If it's ever ambiguous, just someone call for it.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to do the same as we do for Mithrax being in? I'll get right, you get left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, be careful. The crusher cleaves. It's gonna generally be put in the center to make sure that we are cleaving off of it. You just have to make sure it's always facing away from the group, not towards anybody, and just melee. Be very careful to not be in any cleave range of it.
Yeah, I try very hard to get the positioning right.
Yeah, it's moved constantly in and out of the group, and if that can align with a cleave. The important thing is that it's in the right position so that it is going down while we're nuking Zool. Otherwise, we're fucked. But in the process of that, it can be a little wonky where it's facing, so just be careful. Just be mindful of it, rather. Otherwise, damage looked good. We didn't make it, but that was with 2 people down, so I'm almost pretty confident that's the reason. Because they died like halfway through. Yeah.
It looks like they got cleaved.
Yeah, we established that. Yeah, they just got cleaved by the crusher. Alright, as a reminder, guys, once we get to phase 2, no one should ever be on the latter half of the room. Like, everyone should stay on the side with circle, triangle, this half of the room. If you ever walk to the other half of the room, you're gonna walk off a cliff. Guaranteed. Tanks are an exception, and the healer watching the, has a healer ever gotten targeted by the Death Wish? I assume it's not possible.
Not so. It was you and Wade the first time. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, because if the healers could be targeting, you get 2 healers targeted, I think you just be fucked. So I'm gonna assume you can't, which means healers can stand across the line to be careful to make sure the tanks stay up. Just be careful not to get hit by the cleave. Alright, here we go.
What does Zool's cleave look like? Just a triangle in front of him?
You can't
It's
see
like
it.
a
It's
bloody
invisible.
web.
There's no graphic for it.
Yeah, there
How do
is.
I know
She puts
where
out a
to
bloody
stay
web.
away?
I mean, it's a cleave. Don't be in front of the boss. I mean, that's all I can say. It's a cone in front of him that has a certain distance. You can't see it. You just have to not be in front of Zool ever once we get to phase 2. Make sure
It's a cone. I can avoid a cone.
Yeah, so you can be on the latter half of the room as long as you're off to the side. Just don't be between Zool and the X. Alright, here we go, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think my game just crashed.
Oh, then we're gonna wipe if that's the case. Yes, it did. Try it. Let's see if with one person down, if we can still make the timer. But one person at the start is not great. Out. Try to run him out. That is extra damage on Zool. That does hurt.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, Hal's back in, so we might be okay here. Grip the circle, and I will CC the triangle. Alright, cleave off this one quick.
Smooth.
Get ready to grip the other one. And 2, 1. Now grip it. Grip it over.
There she is.
Get ready on the stuns. It needs to be closer. Interrupt it. Get it over. That was premature with the stun, guys. It wasn't the coagulated or coalesced blood, so be careful. Get ready with another stun. And perfect. Alright, cleave off Azul again. We got less than 20%. We got 15% to go. Got that good. Okay. Get ready to CC these two. I'll call up the CCs. Yuri get the moon, and Mass will get the triangle. Careful with bed. I think we're getting the other crusher again. Yeah, that's twice now we missed that mark. Go ahead and wipe it. I need to figure out why we're getting that crusher, and why the tanks are giving instantly. Because
well, that time was because the crusher got a cast off on Zool.
Yeah. If he gets any cast off on Zool, we might as well just call a wipe. It's, yeah, that's. We can't have that ever happen.
It's unhealable.
And if it's right before the transition, that we might as well just all jumped off. Let me double check the damage in that last one because I feel like we're a little bit low. I know we subbed out Bum for 2 other people, but that should be fine. Let me look at the numbers. Yeah, How did nothing. He missed half the. Yeah, he was beneath the tanks, which is not great. Zool and Yuri are both fairly low as well.
I'm also not ooey.
Right. Yeah.
What?
Oh, right. Repairs. Did not take care of that. Yeah, I have to pull up those. I have it here. Real quick here, guys. I'm gonna open up guild repairs. This hopefully will be the only time we have to do it real quick for tonight. It'll be very temporary. Alright, Raiders have it right now. Fronts have it right now, so repair quickly.
You kick that
Do
on right
officers
after
have
I
it?
repaired.
The officers not normally have it? Oh, I guess officers
No.
don't. I mean, we're not transitioning Zool fast enough with us right now, so we need more single target. Alright, I'm gonna close guild repairs in just like 2 seconds here, guys, so get ready. Alright, I'm closing them. Okay. So here. Yeah, looking at just the numbers on Zool, Source did a fuck ton. Most people are pretty even with one another. And then bring up the rear, we got How, Wave, and the mages. Yeah.
I did a bunch though.
Kinky beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on Zool.
How do you look at just Zool?
Top left corner, it's all sources.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Alright, we're gonna go again, guys. Alright, let's do this, guys. Remember, since it's such a tiny window, so your opener's critical here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, on Zool now. It's too soon. It already hit him. Healers, be careful. People are going to get hit. Gotta watch that. Can't be failing the first one. Every single one is expected to be pulled out at least once. Well, once. If we have to do it twice, we're having a problem. Grip the one at Moon and I will CC Triangle. Pick Biotin up immediately. And rebuff him as soon as you can.
You got that one, Biotin?
Nope. I have it.
I on the other side of
We have 15% on Zool to do in 30 seconds. We added 2 percentage points a second. Where are the hexers? Oh shit, we didn't get the second hexer. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
Fuck me. Sorry, I fucked up these spells.
Mages, Mask get the purple diamond, and Super will get the one over at Moon. Well, we skipped the extra crusher, so kill the crusher fast. But we still lost 2 people right away.
Blood Hexer. It's just sitting back there casting.
Yeah, the
Somebody
mage that was
broke it.
doing it is dead, so.
Yeah, so the just to be clear, the Blood Hexers, their cast is always targeted at the person with the least amount of health. So when they free cast, they're the most likely thing to kill you because they just cast at whoever happens to be about to die. Just go ahead and jump off, guys. I screwed up slightly there. I didn't have us pull in the other Blood Hexer. That would have slowed us down a few precious seconds. Just release, guys. You just jump off the cliff and you're already back. It takes no time to get back here. Yeah. Struggling to figure out. Now we're using potions. We're all flashed. I don't know why we are just barely making it while we made it no problem with the second attempt. I can't imagine Bum was doing that much. No, looking at the numbers, he wasn't doing that much more than anybody here. Just a reminder, Death Knights with the grips, in case they get close. There hasn't been any problems with it so far, but if the ads are ever next to one another, two Blood Hexers, they heal everything around them for 10% every second. So if they ever are next to one another and we grip the other one too early, it's an instant wipe because Zool heals up 10%. So, just...
God damn it, that was me. I'm sorry.
Just run up the ramp. I'll reset. Alright, eat up. So we just need to kill that second Blood Hexer. I'm gonna have to do 2 mages, just CC those 2 for the entire. I'm not gonna bother with them. If they come up for 2 seconds and then we CC them again, it should be fine. Just be careful. The fight should last short enough, this shouldn't be a problem. You just have to be very quick to re-CC them if there's an issue. No one should ever, like, once we kill the current Crusher, finish off the Crods, and we're just focusing on Zool, there shouldn't be any risk of those becoming a problem. But, yeah. What the fuck fight it now? I can get my food buff. But yeah, this one's entirely about our DPS, and when we come in here next week with another round of Heroic Gear, I expect that we'll be pushed over the edge, and we won't, well, not literally, not in this fight, hopefully, but we will we'll have enough to easily make this. Right now we're right on the cusp. Alright, let's go again. Let's work out your openers while you got those 25 seconds of the potion, guys. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Possible we might want to blow the second potion during phase 1 again if we're struggling to make the timer. We might double pot in phase 1, which I've heard some people prefer doing.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, so feel free to double pot in phase 1. You have my permission. I'm not going to mandate everyone to do it. If we save a couple for phase 2, that's fine. Thank you.
That Crusher had to get pulled off twice.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Grip the one at the moon LCC triangle. I promise I won't forget about it. The Crusher will die, so don't worry. Oop. Focus on that Blood Hexer, guys. I'll make sure we get that poison. Good. New Crusher's up. Good. Get ready to grip the second Blood Hexer. Grip it over. Grip it over. It's marked up. Grip it quick. It needs a stun. Grip it quick. Wasting a lot of time. We're gonna need some stuns on it in a second. It interrupts don't that whatever that golden light thing doesn't work on it. It has to be stunned. Pick up Zul'Salar if we can.
I think the Ichor got to him, though.
I don't think so. If it did, I don't know.
That's the move.
Krog, then Hexes. Mass, you'll get the purple diamond. Yuri, you'll get the moon. Kill this Crusher, kill the Crusher, kill the Crusher. Put him back in the center as quickly as possible, make him face the X, everyone stay the fuck away. Finish off these ads, clear all this out. Alright, Dwarf's at 1 stack. Careful with Yuri, remember he's CCing. And what killed us all? Oh, the Crusher cleaved through us.
I had it clear and then a bunch of people ran through.
Yeah, I was far away from the
I have Death Wish. I was soaking. I'm gonna go off the edge because I had.
Swords.
We're dead. Just wipe it. We lost a bunch of critical people.
We got it through a tank swap though.
Wipe it quick, guys. Stand in void zones. Let's not waste time. Did you get bubbled?
No, you said to wipe it.
Okay.
I was ready to, though.
Dastard, heads up, every once in a while, some of us are gonna have to go to the other half of the room because those pools can.
Yeah.
And I got Death Wish while I was soaking one, so.
Yeah.
I should have gotten that. A big healer that does that.
Well, hold up. Yes and no. Process everything. If they're tanks, while you're tanking the boss, I know you have a lot to deal with because he hits like a fucking truck. But if there's a void zone behind you, turn him away from it. Or turn him away from it. If he's pointing towards the void zone, no one can soak it without getting stacks of the debuff and dropping void zones themselves, which is terrible. So he should normally face the X, but if there's a void zone directly behind him, in kind of like that little kind of, if you notice, there's like kind of like the rectangle directly behind him in between X and where he is now, just twist him a little bit off to the side towards like the purple diamond or something. Rev, just make sure you're always closer to the moon rather than purple diamond if that's the case. Make sure there's no accidents. The hunters, I'm debating whether or not Rev should soak it if he jumps into it. He could, if it's directly behind him. Just be really careful. It's a lot of damage, and you're already watching a tank that's likely to explode.
I'll bubble.
Yeah, that could work. Let me just double check the damage from it. Pool of Darkness is.
Oh god, General Chat's going into anal.
Will explode in Erupting Darkness. Erupting Darkness is shadow damage. Okay.
We got anal gloves of staunched wounds. Anal
that was really
agony.
good. That was good.
The twin.
It was a little late on the second grip, but we beat the Crusher by a good margin. And it's okay if we pull that first one out 3 times. That just means we're focusing on Zool, and that's fine. That worked out fine. He dies still before the next Crusher pops up,
toxins.
which is good. That's all we
Anal
need.
shatter.
And Zool got down to 40%. We just have to very quickly switch that Crusher. He'll probably getting pulled out at that. The timing should all be pretty much the same, so just be prepared to kill that Crusher as it gets pulled out. Range, you might need to follow him over to quickly kill him, while melee start taking care of the Krogs. Just be very careful bringing him back so he doesn't cleave through the group. Again, all the timing is exactly the same, so nothing should catch you off guard. Everything that was kind of scary there. Alright, here we go. Tanks, make sure you call out when you need the bop so that the healers are, so that people are ready.
Hold on.
Dastard Gabrus is on if you want him after this.
Fucking what, mate?
Soak that.
Sorry, it's a bit far away.
Just bring him back, just don't let him leave us. You'll grip the one at Moon, and I will see Purple Diamond. Alright, kill the Blood Hexer, guys. Quick. Ready on the grip. grip it.
Yeah, and then you got that.
Get ready with the stuns. Stun it. Good. Run those off, guys. We'll need a stun in a few seconds.
Somebody needs to run.
Someone needs to run out of the group or we're about to die. Shake, you're about to kill us all.
Yeah,
Yep. You what? Yeah, Shake didn't run out with the debuff and the... Yeah. Just fuck it. Jump off a cliff. We're wasting time. So if people die, we're not going to do this. We're not going to make... We know if one person dies, we're not going to make the timer right now. So jump off. Don't waste any time. It's a huge amount of time to run out with that guy, so you can't get distracted.
Well then step out until you can fix it.
Yeah, if you can't reliably handle the mechanics, you're going to have to step out until the MS is okay. Because any individual mechanic here can wipe the fuck out of us. Yeah, you were less than tanks on that go, so... So if you're fine, cool, stick around. If not, yeah, let me double check. Gab.
Can we get a stone down?
Gab, switch into full single target. Do not worry about AoE. Full single target. Blood Hexer first priority, Zool second priority with light cleaves on everything else. That's it. It's funny how this already feels so much more doable than it was on normal, despite it being harder.
What's your rating for like full?
I guess we should have tried the Zerg strat, honestly. We probably could have done the Zerg strat with Lust and everything. Feels a little weird to just shoot through the first phase, but whatever. You don't have Lust in the second phase, so I guess it all balances out. That's the real fun part, is when you can rush the first one without using Lust. And I still have it for the second. Gab's in here. Does anyone have a spare flask they can hand to Gab? Or if he already has a flask, cool. Check ready and we're gonna get moving.
Gab, trade your...
I already have one.
Oh, okay.
I like how both of you sounded angry and upset that you're both prepared and good to go. Alright,
yeah. This is fun.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, that's helpful. Heals for 0 upon taking damage.
4.
Sounds good.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, on to Zool. Don't worry about the pressure. First one on the crusher keeps going off right in the middle of us. Grip over the purple diamond and I'll CC the circle. Get ready, we're about to pull the second one. Alright, pull the second one. That was fast. Grip it over. Ready on the stuns. Get ready. Stun it. Good. Alright, back on Zul. Next round we'll be CCing, so. We're almost at the transition, so we might skip. We're gonna get the Hexers. Mass, you'll get the purple diamond. Yuri, you'll get the moon. Focus on Crusher. Focus on the Crusher. We can. We'll save the battle resist for tanks. Kill this Crusher fast. CC that Blood Hexer. Do not break it, guys. CC it again. Alright, kill the ads in the center. Do not be in front of them. As soon as Dwarf gets the 3, get ready to run them off. CC it again. I don't know who keeps breaking it, but there we go. Alright, focus on Zul. Alright, so run them off, get ready. Oh, not yet. You're supposed to swap at 3. And somebody got hit. We're fucked. Somebody was out of position and got hit by the debuff.
Why that dropped a thing?
Because somebody got hit. Anybody who's in front of him drops void zones. Somebody was out of position and got clipped.
It's too far away.
Does anyone know who had it? Because I'm gonna look it up in 2 seconds. Oh, I know I can find it. I'm just hoping to save myself 2 seconds. So what happened there? Everything was fine. The first thing, tanks. I think we swapped the 2 stacks. Go to 3.
Okay, well that's my bad then.
It's normally 3 until we run out of bops, and then we switch to 2.
Okay, yeah, DBM still does the like taunt at 2 thing, so
yeah,
I probably just panicked.
Yeah, I mean, there's 15 seconds between each application, so there's plenty of time to smoothly do the swap. Even if you fuck up the taunt, you can taunt back and fix it.
Okay.
It's 12 to 13 seconds, I think, actually in time. All right, well, let me just double check it. Eat up quick. That looked really good, guys. That was almost a perfect transition into that phase, which, with the exception of the Blood Hexers getting screwy there. Oh, to the mages, the Blood Hexers, when they spawn, they immediately cast, and then they take 2 steps forward and cast again. If you can get the CC before they take that step forward, the chance of someone cleaving them is drastically reduced. That said, Bedpost, be very careful not to drag the Crusher next to the CC ad if it happens to be there. Hopefully it's not, because in the process of dragging them, people were nuking, and I guess they must have splashed and cleaved onto it. This does not say... Oh, what's the name of the tank swap debuff? Locus? No.
Rupturing Blood.
Rupturing Blood, thank you. I don't see anything right now. I'll by the attack?
Says
Let's see.
It's under the problems.
Oh, I didn't see that in problems at all. Mine didn't show anything. Anyway.
Well, you have to actually click a different button. You have to click, it was under aggro issues.
Oh, just make sure when the transition happens, guys, that if you get knocked onto the other side of him, you have like 10 seconds to make sure you're on this side of the room. This side of the room is always going to be safe. The tanks are always in position. Dwarf will always grab him first and point him towards X. You can, yeah, try to keep him in the center, but the most important thing is get him facing the right direction. He's so deadly if he hits anybody, as we just saw there. And if you do get the debuff, guys, pay attention and run the fuck away from it. Alright, here we go. Where's my countdown? There it is. Shifted. It looks like it might have been used, so be very careful, especially for jumping onto the Crusher. Make sure you're cleaning off of him, not the Crusher. Be prepared to drive the Crusher out. I mean, it's not yet. I was just reminding you like 20 seconds early. It's based upon its energy bar, so you can tell.
Oh, I know. I heard move it.
Be careful, it's gonna go down a little bit slower now.
I had to run out of that. I had Dark Revelation. It looks like it just went down though, so we should go.
Pick Widow up. We need everybody up. Pick him up quick. Grip the one at Purple Diamond, and I'll CC the Super Bowl. Get this one quick. The quicker we get this one, the easier the second one becomes. Alright, get ready to switch to the second one. Alright, switch to it and grip it. Ready on those stuns. A little early on the stun. Don't do it too early or we'll become stun immune. Ready. One more stun just to be safe, I guess. Alright, back on to Zool. We just have to do 10%. Yeah, we're definitely doing better.
Void thing.
Amber.
Alright, these should be the two hexers. Mass, you'll get the moon, and Yori, you'll get the purple diamond. Alright, switch to Crusher, Crusher, Crusher. Here's the transition. Make sure those are both sheep quick. Alright, take this Crusher. Do not be in front of him. Do not be in front of him. Alright, on to Zool. Be very careful not to cleave the...
Oh.
That pool is in the middle of
Yeah,
the bad pool.
There's almost no way to survive that. Once a pool's dropped in the center, it's going to grow large enough, there's no way we can realistically handle all the mechanics. Anything dropping in the center is a wipe.
I think Dwarf just died.
Yeah, he dropped.
He dropped. Yeah, was that on the application of the third stack?
It was before that.
Before that?
I was healing him.
Well, he died, so something went wrong. So either he didn't get enough heals, or he didn't get screwed up his active mitigation, but he should not have died.
Yeah,
I have many, many wares.
Dark Revelation. What's Dark Revelation?
That's the thing that people run out with.
Oh, that was Widowmaker's Death. That was Widowmaker's Death. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's how Widow dropped. It was the combination of two of those dying, and then he got hit by a cleave. Dwarf just took 3 melee strikes for 400k. That's it. Was Zool buffed? Did the Crusher get a buff?
No, the Crusher was out with it, it looked like.
It was out, but was it far enough? Is it possible?
I think it was far, yeah, because Bed ran past me and the circle was behind me. So, yeah, I didn't buff him.
Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything crazy. Alright, let's just go again. Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Remember, guys, try not to stand too far away from the group. The closer you are to the center, the less damage you're going to take from the revelation. It's based upon distance. Oh, oof. Poison behind us. Grip the purple diamond, I'll CC the triangle. Alright, keep off the blood hexer quick. Quicker it goes down, easy fixes. Get ready. Grip the other one. Let's go. That triangle. Oh my gosh. Rainia stunned soon. Oh, you two need to make sure you go to different directions.
And Iker got off.
That's not good. Yeah, we mistimed the stun.
I'm down.
You guys got that. Focus on Zool. We might still be able to make this. Pick up Raja.
Somebody needs to get that pool.
I'll get it. Yeah, melee, don't run off. You need to focus on damage. You can't be running away. Fuck.
Yeah, it stays up for a while, you guys said it.
Yeah.
Shake's just standing there. There he goes.
Get a CCC on the triangle. I think we fucked up, though. Yeah, we got the double crusher, so we fucked up. That Iker fucked us up. Jump off. Just run off, guys. It's the fast. Just jump off and then wipe quite quick.
Witness your end and despair. Gahoon, accept this offering of blood.
Look at DPS on that last one.
Quick question. This debuff we have to run out.
Okay, Shake.
Not far away. It has to be a little bit closer.
You have to be as far away from the group as possible.
I see.
It does damage to the entire group. The further you get, the less damage we take.
I understand. That's why I went all the way through it. And I'm like, hold on. You said come back closer. I'm like,
No, he's talking to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
The closer you are to the center, you take less damage from that.
Yeah, if we're stacked up closer in the center, since you guys are running to the edges of the room, we'll take less damage. The people who are standing like 30 yards away from Zool are going to take moderate damage because they're closer to you guys who are running off. That's my point.
Why do you want to
feel
kite
free
box,
during
man?
phase 1 to use the moon and purple diamond. It's
Does the,
not,
that
I mean,
chance
it
for
will
some,
make us take a little bit less damage, but only do that if you
hand
can ensure
traps,
survival.
some more blue
Shake,
eyes
just let us know
cards.
if it clears up and we'll fight you back.
Yeah. So that the order is still going to be Rev for the first bubble, Shifted for the second, and Howl for the third. Wait for my calls on them. If you do it at the wrong time, we die horribly. And I can't stress if we screw up the second or third one when the boss is at like 15% and we're looking good, how angry we'll be. Okay, here we go. Let's see if that fucks with the
5, 4, 3,
we're pulling.
2, 1.
Careful, that Crusher is facing something weird. Where are these at? Rip the one at the purple diamond. I'll CC the triangle.
Well, get some more cotton boxes.
Kill that blood hexer.
Go for it, champ.
We should be able to kill it before it gets to 80 energy, guys. Alright, switch over to the other one. Rip it over quick. Stun it. Missed the stun, guys. We've missed a bunch of those stuns now. The second we grip it over, someone you have to be ready to stun it.
Somebody come get this. I have to run.
I have it.
Thank you.
Get that blood hexer. Pick up mass, but like getting one of those bloods, guys, fucks us pretty bad. Like it's really difficult for us to make the check if we fuck that up. We gotta save that stun for that. We have 8% to go here, so we just have to beat the Crusher in 4 seconds.
Those need to be CC'd.
Yeah, mages. Sorry, I didn't get a call on that. Alright, kill this Crusher quick. Can we get a CC on the other Blood Hexer, please? Thank you.
That Blood Hexer's getting hit.
Yep, we can't drag the boss towards the Blood Hexers. Zul's gonna heal up. Need a hunter to stand in that.
On your side, being dead.
Wipe it, doesn't matter. Dwarf died in the middle. Alright, few things we need to stop happening like immediately. I need someone to volunteer to be the first stun on that ad, and I need them to be 100% consistent. Because you were fine for the first
That
like,
is
4 or 5 goes, and the last 2 ones
I
you
really,
fucked it
really
up.
like that.
We need somebody with a ranged
Happy
stun
ass
who's
retard
guaranteed
slow
always
bro
going to get the
makes me
stun
happy.
on that second Blood Hexer.
10 out of 10.
Look, during the first batch of Blood Hexers, we need one person to stun the first cast of Coalescing Blood. I mean, I'd rather someone who doesn't have to sacrifice combo point to do it.
It's not bad for combat to do it.
Spite said that he could do it too.
I can do it as Riverian. I can stun him. I've been doing that on non-rogue.
I wouldn't worry about that. There's too much for you healers to worry about. Too scary. Okay, we'll have Spite do it then. So the first ad's gonna get gripped over. We'll kill it without having to stun it. So don't burn your stuns on that. The second one will get gripped over. Should get gripped over before it does Coalescing Blood. As soon as it gets gripped over, wait till you see Coalesce Blood and stun that one. It's a 1.5 second cast. It has to be stunned.
I really
that's
like
not
having
stunned.
this
We
funky
get an ad, and
chiptune-
then we waste a shit ton of
funky
DPS.
chiptune stuff going.
The second time it's
Pretty
cast,
spicy.
after
I like it. It's
the
fun.
first stun wears off, realistically, we can just throw stun at any point in time and we're killing it before it gets unstunned. It doesn't have to be timed perfectly. And then we just jump back onto the boss. Yeah. When we get to that transition, Dwarf died again, but I'm going to say that's because things were a bit of a mess.
Bloom was down too.
Don't you wish
Those
your
little
girlfriend
ads
was
are
hot
killing
like
me. They've killed me twice now.
The Krogs?
Yeah, they just come. I don't understand. They just come for me.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why we're stacked up in the center. If you're a healer, I know we get knocked around, but do your best to get right back on top of Zul as fast as possible. And there is one last round of Krogs that are appearing. They will die stupid fucking fast, but make sure, Dwarf, you at least throw down a Death and Decay to pick them up. They'll die, again, so fast with just one round of stuns, and they'll drop.
Oh,
But,
hello, kitty.
Yeah, let's make sure they don't
Hello,
run around
other
at all.
kitty.
Okay. Oops, I forgot to eat, sorry. They spawn in 2 different corners at the same time, so one hunter can't do it. Alright, here we go. We just gotta get that clean transition into phase 2, and I think we'll be good. On the Zool.
On your side, Beandon.
It's right in melee. If a melee stands in, it's fine too.
we get some boots on there. Bam!
You'll grip the moon, and I will CC the purple. Emerald Diamond will be the one we end up stunning when the time comes. Alright, get this one quick, guys. Get ready. Grip the other one. Grip the other one. Get ready on the stun. Get the stun. Perfect. Kill it before the next stun. Oh, next cast. I mean, very good. We got 15%. Okay, put Biden. Worry about Zool. What's he spawning? Should be another round of frogs. We're almost at the transition. Oh, the Blood Hexers. So, CC, Mass, you'll get the triangle. Yuri, you'll get the circle. Alright, get ready to switch to Crusher. Crusher, Crusher, Crusher.
I'm gonna get knocked out of this pool to soak. Okay, it went away.
Spawn it? Oh, cool. Alright, kill this Crusher fast. Probably didn't need to drag that one off. We transitioned a little faster, but we're fine. Alright, mages, make sure you keep that thing CC. We look good. Alright, stacking up right behind him, guys. Stack up close. Let's do this.
That one be ending.
Good. Alright, at 3. He's at 3. Watch Dwarf's health. Watch his health. Use a big cooldown. Get ready. Bop him, bop him, bop him.
I got swords.
We need to get a bop. Battle res him immediately.
I got thrown off.
I'm gonna try my best to stay alive. Cool
I
down.
can take it.
Bed's down right in the middle. Fuck.
Yeah, and a pool spawned in the middle.
Yeah, because dwarf bed died. Bed dying in this. Any tank dying in the center means a giant pool appears, and that's that. Why did it take? Why did it take so long to get a bubble on dwarf and he dropped? And why did bed die?
I was under attack by him for so long that I ran out of cooldowns to pop.
Alright, if that's the case, we might have to swap it too. If you don't feel like you have the cooldowns to survive 3 reliably, we have to do whatever's reliable.
Yeah, taunting off of me at 2 is probably going to be needed.
Can we do 3 and 2? So like spawn off a dwarf at 3.
Yeah. Dwarf looked like he could have survived that if we got the bop on him, so that would have been fine. Bed will run off, and we'll still use the bop on him at 2. And then
then dwarf will get 3 and use the bop on.
If dwarf probably doesn't have the cooldowns, then likely. Just yeah. We'll just.
That was really close though. We could have had that.
Yeah,
that was my fault. I was trying to bop him, and I don't know, wouldn't cast it. So by the time I could click on him and then physically click bop, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean he's taking basically 40% of his health every second with that, every 2 seconds with the tick there. So basically you have a 2-second window to cast it or he dies. Oh, sorry, wrong person. Yeah, Widow, I have a couple more. I do have more potions if people need some here. I don't have a lot more. I mean, I have tons of strength, but that's about it. So I have tons of strength. I have 20 agility, and I have only enough intellect for.
I can't tell what that is. Cat?
The big thing is using it the first part, guys. The second phase, yeah, it could be a matter of life and death using it a second time, but getting into that transition without a bunch of Krogs and making sure everything dies quickly, that's the key to success here. Also, keep an eye on Flask. They're probably about to wear off. We only have 30 minutes left, so I don't want to burn another Cauldron, so let's use personal Flasks. I'm actually going to augment.
Hanjo! What up, Hanjo?
Full buffs. Let's do this.
Welcome to this string, you beautiful bastard.
Fuck, I forgot about Vantis runes. Well, we don't need Vantis runes right now. We definitely have enough damage. It's a matter of, it's a strat check, and the extra like 3 or 4% mitigation on the tanks is going to make or break it in the last phase. So as long as we can make it through the first part, we're fine.
I don't have Vantage runes.
Yeah.
Because I
Vantage
sold
runes will
them.
probably want to use a Mithrax.
Because those things right there sell for like 800 gold a pop. And I had like 40 of them.
We're goofy.
Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. We're looking really good, guys. Considering this is our first night on this guy, we're getting really close. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we're gonna yeet the fuck out of there. Make sure that she doesn't buff the boss. Because that's no good. No es bueno. Por favor.
Alright, we're like 2% faster than normal already, so
shit.
let's keep it up. You fall off. Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
We might be fucked. Well, let's try it.
One more time. We're gonna wipe the raid. Oh yeah, alright. Gonna wipe it.
Shit. Grab triangle, Sorry.
They just free casted me to death.
Yeah, just jump off. We fucked this up. Just jump off and let's not waste another second. Sorry, I got distracted and I was trying to look at DPS numbers to see if we were going to make it in time and I missed the hexer.
Hello. Sorry.
You're so pretty.
We were doing awesome. We were like 3% ahead. That was the fastest go we ever had, so that kind of sucked.
Because everyone popped runes.
I think so. I mentioned runes and then everyone popped runes and then Lesnichi jumps off a cliff.
Come on.
I mean, come on. I didn't jump off a cliff.
America's always rushes.
I mean...
You jumped off a cliff!
And yeah, it kinda is.
In Russia, cliff jumps off of you.
Correct.
God damn it.
I was sabotaged by CIA.
Eat up, guys. Let's get ready. By the way, a heads up. There's a chance I may have us do, if I'm going to look into it a little bit more, we might do Mythic Talok before we do Heroic Mithrax.
I'm
seeing most people do it before Heroic Gahoon, and there's a chunk of people who do it before Mithrax. And Mithrax has been kind of a bit of an Achilles heel for us, while Talok has not been very bad. So I might have us do Mythic a little bit sooner. So just make sure you're clear on that fight for next week.
Other kitty, hello.
Just so everyone's clear. Alright, we have all of our buffs. Alright, here we go. I mean, we have to drop down the 20 people to do it, so we're going to take our top DPS and heals. Should have... You'll grip over the moon and I'll CC triangle. that. A heads up, I let them get one cast off so they get a little bit closer for the grips. So if you're going to CC them after they take one step forward, it's just easier for the Death Knights.
I'll get that one being.
Thank you, though. Alright, let's grab this. Yeah, get that stun. Yeah, it's not close enough to cleave now. See, that's the tricky thing here. Interrupt it. Let it get closer. Get ready with the stun. Careful with Raja.
Pop the cooldown.
And gotta fucking add off. Focus on the boss. Focus on the boss. Just keep rooting and slowing that ad, and it dies over time on its own. We just can't afford to DPS it. Focus on Zool. We have 7%. We should be fine. Alright, Mass, you'll be Moon, and Yuri, you'll be Purple Diamond. Get that Crusher.
Oh, fucking what, mate?
People got knocked away from you, so turn that thing around, Dwarf, quick. Actually, Crusher should die, hopefully before the cleave. Not quite.
Oh.
It's fine. Dwarf's at 3, taunt off. Let's go. Let's go. Don't stand in front of him, guys. Don't stand in front of him. And Dwarf died. And that'll res Dwarf? I don't think we can.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah, you get 2. We have to swap them.
I died. I was the best.
Wipe it, jump off. Bed, with that timing, I don't think you need to drag that Crusher off.
Well, it knocks me pretty far away, and then after that, I'm not really sure what to do with it.
We're focusing and killing it, and we need to kill it stupid fast, and I'm thinking that we need to bite the bullet, drag it to Zool so that we kill it. Well, there's a couple problems. One, half the time, 50% of the time, it's on top of a Blood Hexer, and we break the Blood Hexer CC, which drives us fucking crazy, and ends up getting somebody killed because they get low health. Second, you're out of range sometimes. We get knocked in opposite directions, and then you die dead likely because the healer couldn't reach you. And then thirdly, we're not doing damage to Zool during that. If he was on top of Zool, and if we're sure we can kill it in time, we can be getting an extra 5% on Zool, which could make all the difference here. So,
okay, I'll pull him to the to Zool next time.
I mean, like, you're just gonna have to do a judgment call based upon how quickly he's dying.
Well,
So, I mean, like, if he's at 80% when we get to that transition, yeah, you're probably going to need to drag him off, but keep him at Zool and drag him off at the last moment like normal. So don't, like, if you're already pulled away, don't be like, okay, well, he's going to have to be away at some point anyway. Like, no, every second of cleave counts. Like, we're going to do this by plus or minus 3%, so it matters. Also, Dwarf died. Why did Dwarf die?
I was waiting for him to get in position. He never even made it to the X before he could drop it.
Yeah, he didn't taunt.
I was healing him. But it's unhealable at 3 stacks. I mean, at least for me, I can't put that much healing on him. And move with him.
I mean, you shouldn't have to move with him. You should be in a position that you can reach him in both positions so you don't have to waste any time running. You just can't be close enough for the cone has a dead zone, so it does have a max range. So I mean, like, if you theoretically stood, I'm just gonna down for just a second. If you stood like over by the square, you'd be able to reach him in both positions and not be hit by the cone.
That's where I was, and I was healing him when he died.
Alright, I'm just commenting because he said running with him, so.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped heals to move, and then continued heals, waiting for him to get to the X so that I could bop him.
Alright, here we go. Void zone right behind the tanks, guys.
Yeah, working on it.
Okay. I want to see him at 75 before he spawns Hexers. our Krogs, which is good. Nice, sub 70 before he spawned the Hexer and the Skid. That's real good. You'll grip the moon and I'll CC the triangle. Try to wait 1 second before CCing triangle. Let it get one cast as it moves forward. You're gonna... Get ready. We'll be switching targets in just a second. Alright, grab it. Get ready on the stun. Wait for it.
I already used it, and that's the...
Shit, someone get ready. There we go, that's the stun wing. Good, watch Raja, yep.
I was getting cleaved. I can't move. Gotta make sure the Crusher doesn't face me.
Yeah,
sorry, I thought there was enough of an
The Crusher
angle.
can't face the circle. Make sure you're cleaving off of him. That's gonna buff everything, that's gonna hurt. Mask get the purple diamond and Yuri get the circle. We're about to hit the transition, get ready, switch the Crusher. Crusher's gonna die, just bring it back. Just don't let it cleave us. Pick up the Krogs. Good. Stack up in position, let's do this. Make sure those two things stay CC. Alright. Dwarf's about to get the 3, get ready. There's a thing to soak. Alright, run off. Let's do this. Bop.
I don't have.
Alright, good. Go. If you haven't done so, pop your second potion. Shifted cannot do it next, so Hal, you're gonna have to do the next one, get ready.
Brandon, you have to get
bed,
wherever the next one is.
Too far bed.
Oh.
Bop bed, shifted quickly, or Hal quickly. Good, we're good. 3. We're good. We had 3, taunt off him quick, move away guys, move over to the side, it's fine.
There's one in the
I know, I'm standing it. Just focus on Zool,
There's another one. I'll stand in as long as I can.
I need help with
fine.
dispel.
If you can purge those things, dispel them, guys. Just focus on Zool. We can taunt swap if we can.
Dwarf's down.
Do we have a battle res?
35 seconds.
Put everything you can into keeping bed alive.
I don't think.
It's not gonna matter.
Oh god, I popped everything.
Yeah, that was close, but not quite. Yeah. Jump off, guys, so we can go again. Very close. Yeah, you can soak the things inside the giant void zones. It's not that terrible. You just have to use a defensive cooldown. The damage
I was pretty
bad.
much at a defensive cooldown, so.
Yeah, you might once we get to phase 2, you're probably gonna need to save your defenses for the ones.
Can you see me sweating?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I had to use one for an earlier one, so I was about to die.
Fools, and then you did die actually. Well, didn't you on that time? Battle res?
Yeah, I died because I got.
Luckily, I have
by
like
the
8.
Crusher.
Or I've got
While I was soaking.
1 button.
So yeah, we
or
would've had a
1
battle res
mitigate,
for tank
2 mitigate, 3rd mitigate.
Sure
I have 3 shortcuts on my mouse. Without that,
make sure
I'd
you
go
rebuff
fucking insane.
with everything, guys. Give it your all. Augment runes, everything. As
Yeah,
I
it was
said,
fucking
it's gonna come down
close.
to just a couple percentage points. That was 5%, as you saw. So it looked really good. When I know we're about to transition, I'm gonna call for the switch and the Crusher. It seemed like that worked really well to get the Crusher down in time, so I'm gonna do that again. Just be prepared. It's a good round of buffs. Heat up.
Dwarf, do you want me to start taunting off at 2? Like, is it too much to get 3 stacks?
Honestly, it might be better that way. Just
Alright,
to be
I'll
safe.
start trying to do that. Just,
I mean, can you do that first one at 3 still, and then just 2 for the rest, or?
Oh yeah, I can do the first one at 3 fine.
Okay, then yeah.
Alright,
just do the
after
first
that
one
I'll
at
taunt
3,
at 2, bud.
And then just do it 2.
Alright.
Yeah.
That time I moved into position early and continually healed him until he was in position. That seemed to work a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as the knockback happens, just stand in between. Like, you shouldn't, when he's running TX, if you're trying to chase after him, there's very unlikely you're going to keep him alive. You have to be in position before he has to move. Alright, here we go. That looked good on all other fronts, guys. We got this.
2, 1.
That was extra.
Don't judge me.
Pick wave up. That's a waste of a battle. It's like we need every fucking res for the tanks, guys. Rebuff wave with whatever we can. Reshout wave. Actually, I don't think I had shout.
Should have. I had it.
Use the Krogs at 70. Yeah, so the Hexers, we can get him less than 65. We're still on track.
Hexes are up.
Grab the purple diamond and I'll CC them.
But this fight's fairly short, so.
Make sure we're getting these Hexers quick, guys.
This was like a 15-minute fight. I'd fucking just die.
Ready. Grip the other one over. Let's go. Perfect. Stun time.
Abandon. Pull.
I got this one.
Yoink.
Alright, cleave off of him. We look good. Alright, we're in the last 10%. Get ready to get ready to drag the crusher away. He is facing a lot of us. Careful. Someone else needs to get that one. Good. Alright. Bring the crusher back and get ready to switch to him. Alright, switch to the crusher now. Switch to it. That was fantastic DPS.
Blood heck.
Yep, Matt, okay, yeah, you guys got it. Just call it out and CC them quick. Alright, pick up those Krogs. Stack on up, guys. Blow your second potion. Let's do this. Make sure you're in position to...
3.
Right, he's at 3.
Abandon, you'll have to get next pull.
Bop him, bop him.
I got swords.
Careful with Raja.
I'm next to you.
I'm dead.
I'll soak them. Pick up bed. If we can pick bed up, pick them up.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Get the one back here, Dastard.
Wait, what's that?
I got pass.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have enough mana for dispels.
God damn.
I can get them.
Dwarfs down
Abandon,
too.
grab that pull.
They're just all gonna get
Nuke
fucking
him,
murdered.
see how much we can do, but we're almost certainly gonna fall apart here. Yeah, we can't battle res anybody. There's almost a guaranteed going to be a tank death, and we need to make sure we have battle res for the tank. Jump off.
Should I not be running out as fast as I am?
If you're outrunning the person who's going to put a bop on you, then you're just killing yourself. What we should have is you should be giving us a heads up. You're going to run out in just a couple seconds when you know it's coming, so that the paladin can run over and bop you ahead of time. We're not going to miss out on the couple seconds of DPS of a single paladin. So there's so much going on during that phase. I can't call everything. Like there's void zones, there's fucking tank swaps, there's things that are being dispelled, there's a million things, and I cannot call anything. So everyone just has to do their job. I've never felt so overwhelmed before.
Adderall, no.
Yeah, but in terms of a WoW fight, I can't recall the last time that many things were all happening at the exact same time. Alright, let's get a feast down. They looked really, really good though.
Yeah, that phase 1 we pretty much have down.
Yeah, no, we're pretty good. I mean, especially now that people are like super buffing themselves with stuff. But yeah, I'll throw some marks on the tanks. So just when you get to one stack bed and you know the second stack is coming up because they're roughly 12 seconds apart from each other, just give a heads up so that Hao can start following you. All right.
I need wisdom.
If I'm not standing in a void zone, Kinky, I'm trying to run around and dispel, purge stuff as much as I can to help out. But with Roger down, I had to start soaking stuff. So can we get a backup range to stand in stuff if I can't? Gimli, can you do it?
I'm sorry, I was listening. What?
If a hunter goes down, help them soak the pools.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll call out which side you're supposed to get.
Alright, cool.
Yes.
And they're just like purple.
Yep, they're just a little purple circle. If it's in the void, the giant void zone, it will just be a red ring that you can.
You can kind of see a pillar coming up from it a little bit.
Yeah. And if you stand in, just use a defensive. You can throw some heals on yourself, but you should be able to reach everything. But all right, here we go, guys. This is very likely the last go of the night, so let's give this our all.
I need wisdom, please.
Oh. Can we get a wisdom?
I thought we have no problem.
Seems like
There,
there's
she got it.
Okay, here we go, guys. Yeah, dispels are expensive.
8k per mass.
4, 3.
Get ready with your potions.
1.
And don't neglect your second potions. Ooh, careful. That thing was free casting on Hao. We're good. Alright, on to Zool. That's gonna overlap. Watch out, Zool's gonna hit hard.
That's a big Brian.
You will grip the purple diamond, and I'll CC the trunk. Alright, grab him. Or grip him. Kill this blood extra quick. Alright, other one. Let's get it gripped over. Get it gripped quick. Get ready with the stuns. Alright. I'm gonna try to knock it over. Careful, I don't think we have another stun, so kill it quick. Good. That was a little bit slower, but no. FY, stunning these Krogs make them go down faster. They heal, self-heal quite a bit, so if you have a stun that's not going to affect your DPS majorly, just throw it in. Get ready to switch to the Crusher in just a second. Switch to the Crusher. CC them, please. One of them may just claim Moon.
I got it.
Alright, that's very close. Shit. Just be very careful not to cleave it, guys. Fine. Crusher's about to die, don't get cleaved. Alright. Second potions, let's do this.
3 stick.
Alright, up. Immediately die. We need to fix that.
We jump off.
Jump off and we can get another go. It only took 2 minutes. Just do 2 stacks because we're not keeping you alive with 3. I don't know why you're dying constantly with 3, but we'll do 2.
I mean, that dot hurts.
It does.
He went from half health to dead instantly.
What's
I mean, the dot ticks for 30% of his HP each tick. I don't know how much Zool punches for, but Zool shouldn't have been on him at that point. Just do 2 stacks. 3 is just too unreliable, and I don't want to waste any more time. You can still use bop, but we're gonna have to do a lot more swaps with a lot more void zones. We're pretty consistent though about our transition and killing the crusher now, so this looked pretty good on that front. We just got to make sure we get that those swaps right. All right, here we go. Which was our problem in normal as well for a while. So, all right.
Second. 2-6, 2-6.
Repairs done.
I don't have there. I can drop down a bot, but I don't. Oh, we don't need a bot. Just mount up. Yeah. I don't have. I'm not gonna. I don't have time to swap it on for everybody. So if you need a repair, sorry, just quickly repair, and this will definitely be the last go for the night. Yes, get shout. We get fort, and we should be good to go. All right, here we go. Last go of the night. Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got buffed again.
I'm coming.
Not miss that. That's a lot of extra damage healers have to heal up. And see, it killed.
I'm dead.
Battle res Raja, and I swear to God, if we wipe because of a tank death and we don't have a battle res, we can bag him out and he died. I'm so pissed off. Tank swaps better be fucking perfect. Make sure we buff Raja.
One up the heck.
Grip, grab the moon. I will see the purple time. Oh, someone broke my purple time.
Was a mage.
Alright, grip this over. Get ready with the stuns. Holy shit. Good job, healers. That was scary.
Careful, that was rallying cry.
Careful with bed. Don't shy over there, bed. Alright, focus on Zool. We're
I need heals.
Up at the transition. Mask at the moon. Yuri get the other one wherever the fuck it is. I can't see it right now. I kill Crusher. Bring the Crusher back, but do not put him in front. Do not put him in front. Do not be in front of him, guys. Do not be in front of the boss right now. I swear to God, if you get a stack, I'll kill you. Alright, second potions. Let's do this. You can't drag him until the taunt actually happens. That's the 2.
I have a frog on me. Feign death didn't work.
Bop him. Warp still needs a bop. Warp still needs a bop.
I can't reach it.
It actually wore up on its own, and then that post died. How the fuck did we not get a bop on him? That was 30 seconds.
He was feared and he jumped off the cliff.
Who?
Just did. Got Death Wish.
I didn't think that's who was bopping.
No, I was supposed to bop him. I bopped him. He was bopped, but it never took. Either I bopped the wrong person or it didn't apply because it's on cooldown.
You have to bop the wrong person because he didn't get it.
I healed him through it anyways, but
The problem is we were expecting bop, and a bunch of the other paladins ran off, and the thing, and Bed wasn't prepared to use cooldowns because he was going to get close to 3 stacks, so the whole thing fell apart because we didn't communicate that. But that's it.
Dwarf, can you move your mount? Thanks. It's right on top of the portal.
Well,
Good
we can
night,
do
guys.
this. We got this. We
Yeah.
just gotta like.
Well, we'll have it. I mean, if we got in one night, that would have been super awesome. It is a tough one, but I mean, we almost got it, so it's very close.
The whole start of the fight isn't too bad. It's once we do the shift into that second phase that.
No,
makes
yeah,
us
no,
get
it's
nuts.
because that's why people do the Zerg strap. I mean, every every I don't know, 15 seconds, it takes longer to get into phase 2. You get another stack of the dot on you that makes you take more damage. The faster you get into phase 2, the easier phase 2 actually is. So we are pretty decent. I mean, we're looking pretty decent. The big thing is we had the DPS. I'll answer that in just a second. The big thing is we have the DPS for it. We'll have more DPS tomorrow, next week for it, and without a doubt, we're gonna have it killed, and I'll have to make a call whether we move on to Mithrax or Mythic Talak. In terms of Tuesday, we're gonna do normal. Next Tuesday will be our last normal clear as a guild. At least officially during raid time. We're gonna have to stop that just to make sure we're pushing enough time on heroic. Because I mean, more time on heroic, and we can definitely get these. I'm sorry.
Really need another week, or
We're just doing one last time. I mean, I told everybody we do it one more time, and I'm not gonna change out of that. Just one final time, one last
We got
clear.
a new boss
We're
down, and
doing
we
it so
almost
fast
killed
now
a
that
second
it's not
new
a problem.
boss.
We just have to
So,
make sure that we clear Thief Fetid
pretty good
again,
night of raid.
like we did last week,
Hey, son.
and then this week, the next week, then the Wednesday, we make sure we get Vectis, Zekvaz, and potentially even Zool. If we can do that, then we'll be super good.
How about you? How
That's
are you
mostly
doing,
your
Jess?
fucking whispers.
I have one whisper from you saying hello.
No, there's one above it too. Probably just
I mean
needs to
maybe,
scroll
but I was. Oh, want to do Warfront? Not really.
up. All right, miss out on your
I mean, you need to do
370.
one. It's a 370 each time you do it. You better do it at least once per cycle.
I'm already in though, so.
Oh, well, there we go. Can't change my mind now.
Well, you can queue for another one. It's like a 2-second queue.
Swear to God, I'm gonna make Huevos a main tank if you don't run that 370 this week. If you're gonna be a main tank, you need every piece of loot ever possible, not be held back by laziness. I mean, let me put it this way. If you're not running your Warfronts every cycle and you're not doing a +10 once a week, you are not part of the Mythic crew. And if that means I have to find a new healer tank DPS, so be it. Nobody has a guaranteed slot. Nobody's immune. Or has a pass, rather. You should be running a Mythic
he's like
+10.
twice your
If
size.
you can get, if you're with us for our heroic Zekvaz kill, a heroic Vectis kill, etc., you are more than capable of doing a heroic +10, or excuse me, a Mythic +10. You don't have to do it in time. That's you should be able to, but you don't have to. Just do it a +10 so that you can then get your free piece of 380 item level loot at the end of the 385 or whatever the hell it ends up being.
I mean, we were able to do a 4-man wake crest, so 10 is definitely doable.
10s are super doable, and 10s you can do in time, and you can do +11s and 12s. They just confirmed that doing anything above a +10 just means loot at the end of a clear. Every level higher, it's an extra 40% chance for an item.
Dual stream
Is
next
this the
week?
same
What do you mean
Warfront
dual
as it was
stream?
last time?
Yes, it's the same one. There's just different boss NPCs and slightly different mobs waves.
Okay, yeah, I thought it looked like the same.
No, in terms of Mythic, it doesn't matter if people are Grunt rank or Raider. I'm going to take the best possible people every night. So if somebody's consistently on and they have the Raider rank, but they are consistently lower than the other people who have the Grunt, I would take the people who instead of do higher throughput, unfortunately.
Dude, they're cats. They're doing what they want.
I will take the best of whatever we have online.
What eye level should or is everybody pretty much at right now?
I think the average was like 360.
You should be in your 360s at this point. Like you can't do the last 2 bosses on heroic or mythic bosses unless you're like mid 360s. If you've gotten pretty lucky with loot or you've been grinding out lots of mythic pluses, you can be in the 370s. I know Kinky's low 370s, I think like 373 or something like that.
Jesus.
She's one of the highest item level people. I'm 369 right now, but I refuse to get more gear just to stay this item level forever.
I'm 371.
That's 371. If I get a helm off of Zool, I'll probably jump up to 373. So, yeah. For Mythic, people should be high 360s. Should be high 360s, low 370s for the and that's roughly the same thing for the last few bosses heroic as well. We took a few people tonight that were in the mid 340s, but their numbers are actually decent. So I very much look forward to what you guys look like in 20 item levels. She'll be watching your career with great interest.
Significantly lower? 360s is what he said the average was. So. I ain't doing that bad.
No prequel memers? Damn.
Also, it's almost like I have a more than full-time job.
Hell yeah.
You know, I like doing things that aren't playing this game.
Actually, I've always wanted to lead a raid of just Star Wars books, but
I made it when I was little. I made a Darth Maul lightsaber out of like paper towel tubes and the paper tubes, painted it red. Probably my crowning in elementary school.
What do you got?
very nice. So I'll play with like makeshift lightsabers, I think. Alright, I'm gonna run off of guys. Again, good job on Zekboss, that went fairly smooth, and honestly, good job on Zool. The fact we almost got it, we got him down to 6% on our first night is actually quite great. So.
You cut out there, guys.
Yeah, I yanked out my cable. With hopes, we'll have Novik.
Yeah, it was weird that he wasn't here.
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere. I mean, he hasn't missed any raids since we started raiding.
Yeah, I'm sure something happened.
But, yeah, I think an extra priest for dispels, grips, and just high throughput.
Oh.
Appreciated. Yeah, we'll get it next week. I'm gonna run. I'll be on. Tomorrow, probably PvP. I'll ping the officers, the PvP officers, and have them post in the Discord channel PvP if it's happening or not. Assume it is, and we will go off tomorrow. If not, we'll end up, if there are no shows, we'll do some Mythic plus 10s instead. Get some people some loot. So, have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing of import.
Well done. We won't get far without the iron from that mine. must rout before they reach the stronghold.
yeah? What do you mean by that, Arrow? Playing vicariously through me, is that what you mean? Oh.
In our faith. The high ground is overrated.
I'm gonna go help take over the circle of elements.
The workshop has been complete.
I don't like being disoriented. Just not do this? What's going on? I might just intentionally die so I can go do some upgrades. Oh, we don't even need this. We need Valor or Cat Pass. Fuck this.
Yo, can I help you with something?
I got pee real quick.
The circle of elements is ours. Our stronghold is now a fortress. For the Horde!
For the Horde. And funk.
too far away.
Oh man. Ooh, I can get a furry. Oh man. Welcome to the party, pal. Ripperoni. Do you not have this? Ew. Why can't we take it? Why the fuck can't we? There we go.
Bring in the demolishment. Destroy their gate. Force that dwarf out into the open.
I'll hold strong guards on their lost, brethren. Defenders, stand strong.
Goofed. Oh, okay, they got the demolishers coming. I think Brian's a sleepy panda. Bitches in the wood, bitches in the wood. I'm sorry. Oh, oh fuck. I don't mean to be so yawny. I think it's past my bedtime.
Straight.
Have we not destroyed the gate yet? Nope. We still need a siege engine, sir. I'm fucking sorry, dude. Okay, that Jigglypuff is adorable. It's so angry but cute. Come on, keep oofing it. are my favorite. They're super.
I can't attack that target.
Come at me, bruh.
It's too far away. I need to get closer. Range.
He's like big and fucking metal. It's kind of cool. Oh boy. 340 pants. There's the hotness there.
What do you need? Go forth, victory.
That's nice. It's like not giving me as much speed as I would like. I mean, 390 is pretty damn awesome. I think I'm one of only a couple of people in the guild that has attained to 390. It is a real nice piece. Let's see here. What else do I have that comes close? Fucking nothing. Yeah, 390 is mucho sexy. Just now, when I did the war front. literally came back, talked to that guy, turned in the quest, and then got my thing. And it upgraded to a 390. Mucho sexy. That's like a mythic piece of gear right there. Better than a mythic piece, because mythic is 385. That Lapras looks way too happy. I like it. Oh. Good shit. Good shit. Alright, well, Alright, well, I think I'm gonna call it good for tonight. So, y'all have a good one, and hopefully we'll catch you later. Nope, that's not the right one. There it is. And boop. Latest.